Shawnee High School football edition of Senior Night. What a great presentation that was just prior to the game, Monty Porter.
Shawnee always does senior night up well. It's always a pleasure to see them and the way they do it. They treat their kids really well on that, and the parents as well.
What a great time for all of the different families that were represented, and I agree, Monty. It's just a special night for everybody. The kids, of course, but parents and grandparents. It's a real milestone for many families.
Yeah, I'm almost all what happens on senior night. Of course, you know this from all the seniors you had.
That's right.
It's really for the parents by the time you reach those events. But Shawnee does a good job of making sure that all the sports and band and cheerleaders, everybody are all recognized at least sometime during the year. They do it in soccer. They do it in basketball. They do it in baseball, softball. It's a great tradition we have here.
And they bust through the banner
Here they
and
come.
Bring it to the sideline. And tonight's going to be an exciting game, Monty. This is really a game that many feel the Shawnee Wolves should win.
Yeah, you know, when I was talking to Coach Madonna last week, I mentioned to him and you're with the playoffs being gone, we're down to a two-game season now, and next week's going to be tough. Tonight's a night you build on because you have a legitimate chance to play a team and play them really, really well tonight and build off that. It almost sets up perfect for them. Next week's going to be tough. They could come out of there with a win, but tonight they can beat these guys. Go 3-6 for the year, get a district win, which would be so much more far advanced than what they've done over the past 2 years.
It is, and the Southeast Spartans come in 2-6 overall, as are our Shawnee Wolves. The real standout this year on the offensive side of the ball for the Wolves has been Dietrich Beavers.
Yeah, Dietrich is your go-to guy. He's Mr. Consistency. Last week when we had offensive success, Dietrich was our player of the game last week. When we had offensive success, it was him.
Yes.
And it was based upon his ability to run the ball well. Dietrich is Mr. Consistency on the offense. That's exactly right.
Of course, Dietrich, repeat player of the game the last 2 games for the Shawnee Wolves. And on the other side of the ball is got to call out Ryan High, top 10 in tackles, averaging over 13 tackles a game.
Yeah, Ryan, Jason Hare, Lance Williams has played really well this year. We've had some guys play really well at defensive back again. Last week, Kiefer came back, Landis, and played decently. But, yes, Ryan High is really the emotional and character action leader of that defense. The guys follow him and the way he plays the game. Looks like we're getting ready for kickoff.
We got Ryan, Mr. I Got You.
Yes.
If you have a trouble down there on the sideline, Ryan High's got you.
Yeah, if you got the ball in your hands, he's got you too.
That's right. I got you. All right. As Rhett gives it a kickoff, and
a bit of a short kick for Rhett.
And it's
nice defense on the punt. Excuse me, not the punt. The kickoff return team. Kick coverage team, if I get that out, did very well.
Number 16, Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith on the tackle.
And Jaden is another one who has come on.
Yeah.
We didn't see much of him early in the season, but in the last district play, he's really been stepping it up.
He has. He's playing on both sides of the ball too. You know, one thing you and I talked about early on with this team is they are junior and sophomore laden, and they've got a lot of good freshmen backing them up as well. This is a young team. Yeah. And a game like this is incredibly important to make sure, like we talked about, they are able to build toward next year. You gain a lot of confidence from this game.
Okay, so as Southeast lines up, they're going to be making it happen all night long like this. Tell us a little bit about Southeast, Monty.
The Southeast, what we're seeing right now, Southeast has athletes. They always do. They have speed. But you know, one of the things you can say about Southeast is when you look at their schedule and their record, you think they're a lot like us. Honestly, really, they're not. Their defense is a lot more porous than ours is, and we're going to see that here in a bit. On offense, they've had a lot of struggles keeping guys healthy, or at least there. Flowers, number 12, is really their best player. Number 1 was a receiver turned quarterback. They got their other quarterback hurt early in the season, and he's a decent runner, as you just saw on that play. Of course, it's all going to be called back.
Keon Holland.
But the problem is he can't throw the ball. They're very one-dimensional. All of the action they do in putting receivers out, they haven't been able to throw the ball yet. They turn the ball over, well, a lot too.
Yeah, their offense actually averaging less than 70 yards a game.
Less than 70 yards a game. And they're averaging they had 7 turnovers, I believe it was against Piedmont. Piedmont actually didn't gain many yards in that game. Southeast turned the ball over 7 times.
That's crazy. Kind of what we did last week.
What we did last week, yeah.
All right, so it's back 1st and 10, again from the 18. Mark down, and there we go.
Excellent defense, good pursuit. Our linebackers came downhill. What's nice about this game, our linebackers had to play discipline. They kept going to the wrong gap because that's where they felt like they should go. They needed to go help instead of stay home. Tonight they can run free. They can play like linebackers. They can play downhill towards the play and not have to worry about keeping their head in the game and playing a certain gap, play with a lot of freedom. And I think we're going to see them be very successful tonight.
Toby Gray and Ryan High on that tackle, and the give coming back this way. He steps out of Toby's
Flowers.
Tackle. And he's not going to be able to get out of the gang tackle. First one there, Ryan High. The cleanup, it looks like, from Jaden Smith and DeMario Joyner.
Right. That is, I believe that's Flowers. Flowers is number 12 or number 2, but that looks like him in terms of size. Mm-hmm. He's also quite a defensive player. He leads the team in sacks with 4. But they, coming off last year, they looked like they had an opportunity to be a really good team. This year they lost a lot of guys. Yeah, Terry Flowers is his name. Okay, good. We've got a new schedule here. Terry Flowers, but he really is probably their one player that can make a difference
on the offensive.
On the offensive, Kewan. Matter of fact, I think that is Holland lining up. But see, just like right there, he's got great moves and he's got speed.
He's got good vision. And
yes, he does.
Williams who runs him out finally. But that was a 3rd down and 13. Coach Blitch cannot be happy about that.
Yeah, if we could watch that replay, I think what this was, our defensive end crashed down on him and went too low on him. He should have crashed down into his hip or he'd have had him. Why he went for a shoestring tackle. If he'd have crashed into his hip, I think we would have got him. It was just enough of a hole for him to get out there. But that's what Southeast brings. They've got really good athletes. We're not going to out-athlete them tonight. They've got decent athletes.
One-on-one there, Holland on Ejon Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And just unable to
chase
him down. Yeah, in time. And there's Flowers going around the end. And, again, a gang tackle. As they pop up from that pile. We'll let you know who was in there. Guys
flowing to the ball. One of the things that we bring as a defense that we're not going to be able to bring tonight is a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That's not going to happen tonight. Mm-hmm. We're going to be playing run defense all night, and we are not great at run defense. And so we're going to have to step up our game. Our linebackers are going to have to be on top of it, flow towards the ball, and don't get on our heels.
2nd and 6. Again, Holland goes around, and he's going to be – there's flags down.
I believe that's probably where that's at, is likely a face mask unless they got him for holding down the field.
Yeah, and I believe that was Landy's on the tackle there. We shall see.
But you see, I think he got him by the face mask. Yeah, one thing about that play is Kiefer made the tackle, but he flowed towards the middle. And let your linebackers take care of that.
Yep.
Of course, I don't know. Maybe that's one of the ways they're defending this. Blitz is bringing him towards the middle on a blitz to try to stop that run up the middle, too. But they've got it down really in positive territory now.
Mm-hmm. Holland calls for it. Going to be a flag dropped. Not sure. Actually, I don't see a flag. Everybody just stopped.
I believe I heard a whistle. It must have been something inadvertent or come from the stands. I heard a whistle, though, but no, who knows where it might have come from.
So with 9:32 to play here, threatening with 1st and goal really from the 10-yard line, just inside the 10 for the Spartans. They give it to Flowers up the middle. Ryan hits him high, and Flowers carries him.
Again, just a really big hole in that front. He had a lot of room to run through. Our defensive line overran him.
Lance Williams in there, one of the first.
Right.
All right.
They're in a power set here, too.
From the 3, 2nd and goal. And he's just too strong. He's in for a touchdown. Southeast opening drive ends in a touchdown. You know, that's a little bit of adversity. That's not what the Wolves, of course, wanted to see.
Right.
But when you're playing a team like Southeast, you give them this kind of spark, they can be dangerous.
Yes, and you know, we talk about how our guys are facing a 2-game season. They've got an opportunity to grow towards next year.
Mm-hmm.
The same exact thing is being said to Southeast in their locker room as well.
Yeah.
They're hearing the same message. And so in a lot of ways, these two teams are playing for the same thing.
Well,
and they came out and hit us in the mouth.
The kick is up and good. The Wolves trail. 8:51 to go. When we come back, we'll have the football. You're watching Shawnee High School Sports on ShawneeCTV.
At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you.
We are back at OBU, on the campus of OBU, as the Wolves give up an opening drive touchdown to the Southeast Spartans. And it's going to be our turn on offense. Dietrich Beaver's back, and I believe that's Ejon back there with him.
Keno Citizen.
Keno Citizen, thank you. Somebody drop on it. And one of the linemen got it. Who pops up from there, Monty? Jaden. It was Jaden Smith.
Was it Jaden Smith, number 16?
Yep. I believe so. As it just kind of stopped. You got to try to catch that.
Right. You can touch that. It's not a punt. You go
right.
get it. But we have good field position. They're going to take some risks tonight. Southeast is. We commented last how they're playing for the same thing really that we are.
So Q Trap in there at fullback, and it looks like Zyron Campbell starting at quarterback, the sophomore. Dietrich Beavers behind him, and the give is to Dietrich right up the middle. Not going to get anything there.
You know, what I've watched, our offensive line needs to be able to handle these guys tonight. These guys don't have any athleticism on them. And as a matter of fact, I think our offensive line is a little bit more athletic. They need to build on their ability to finish blocks tonight. Those young guys do. Tonight's a perfect night to do that live and to build confidence for next year.
Well, and we'll talk a little bit about that, as I believe we have some of the older guys starting. Ejon on the catch. Good delivery from Zyron, and Campbell's going to be brought out of bounds after a first down. Ejon Thomas. Nice pass by Zyron. Good catch, well executed. He went to his first read, just kind of set down right in the middle of right off the yard line over there. It was a nice route, nice little curl out, and gives Zyron some confidence. As you see there in the screen that Jameer out tonight, so we'll have Zyron all night. There won't be a double quarterback tandem.
Right, they platooned a little bit last week.
Mm-hmm. And the Wolves pick up 2 on the first down, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Wolves.
I think we might start seeing them bounce that outside a little bit. They're running right probably into the meat of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody can make plays on this defense, it's our interior.
That's going to be out to Dietrich. He's got to fall. That's a live ball.
That's a live ball. And that's unfortunate.
Yep, he'll step out of bounds after a loss of about 14.
You know, one thing that Brandon and I talked about last week, and you know, you and I have talked about it a little bit too, is that one of the things I really respect about Coach Madonna is he does not go away from his offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to institute what he brought, which works.
Yeah.
But he's got to keep it consistent with these guys, and it's plays like that. You know, you think to yourself, why are we? But that's the way his offense operates. He's got this thing scripted, And, it's a nice pass.
It is.
Oh,
Toby, we haven't seen on the outside much this year.
no. He played a little bit last week.
But again, LaRon out this week, and we probably won't see him into the future. We'll see him in the basketball season. Maybe we'll call some of that with us. But he's out. So we have some new faces out there on the outside. Even Kiefer Landy's a little bit.
Right. Yeah, one thing we lose with LaRon being out is that top-end speed. And LaRon, like Delmone, you've lost your two best route runners.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guys were really, really top-notch route runners. And that's something you can teach that, but there's also a flow to that and athleticism that happens with a guy who can run routes really well.
Lance Williams with
nice punt.
With another good punt. Lance has really been consistent in that. And that's going to be Jason Hare on the tackle.
We've got to start wrapping guys up tonight. A lot of that first series was missed tackles. We had them played correctly. We were just missing them. Yeah, they were pushing us. They were carrying us downfield. We've got to start get it. We've got to toughen up and get as tough as they are right now. That's the key to tonight. I think we can have a good run defense if we will toughen up.
On the defensive side, at defensive end, Noah Waltrip. Defensive tackle is Rayson Campbell. Defensive end, DeMario Joyner up front. Jaden Smith and Toby Gray are the bookends. Got to have discipline on those. It's going to be movement on the line, I believe.
Yeah, that'll help us out. One thing about a running offense, you put them behind the chains at all. They don't have a lot of options to be able to get out of that. Of course, I say that, and he'll complete 70% of his passes this week, but he has not been able to pass to this point. I think that the guys outside are really just decoys to spread them out. They spread everybody out. They did it again. Another illegal motion.
And that can start, in some internal frustration a lot of times in games like that, like this. And, our team needs, at this point, every break that we can get.
Yes.
We really do. We need some things going our direction. Let's see if we can gain some momentum off of these first two penalties. 1st and 20 for the Spartans.
Almost.
Lance Williams was the one who broke that one up.
Yes, and you saw the pressure we got on him, too. The reason he had to pass that is we were in his face the second he set up to pass. And that's the danger. They can spread us out like that to try to open up that middle and a run, but if they try to pass it at all, that's what's going to happen. We're very good. We've become incredibly good at rushing the quarterback this year. That's something that Blitz really brings is guys who are very active off the line.
Well, 2nd and 20 now. We really would be focused on Holland right here.
Yep.
As the give is
That's
going
Flowers.
around the right end, and Jason Hare immediately on the tackle. I think Smith is going to get up, Smith Leonard and Ryan High as well.
They ran to the ball. They flowed to at that time. They didn't stay on their heels.
Well, and they didn't give up the corner that time. Jaden with good discipline as a sophomore at that end position.
Man, you're exactly right. If you go back and looked at a lot of the yardage gained, it was off of that end, right off of the end. It wasn't a sweep around to the corner. It was right off the end. And you're right. They didn't give it up. They filled it.
Settling in now, 3rd down and 20 for the Wolves, and Holland pitches it out. And very good out there on the wide side. And again, Jaden Smith Leonard with the tackle.
Now Flowers bottled up again that time.
Unassisted that time by Jaden, brings him down. I like that sophomore. I like the way that he plays. He's got sticky hands.
Yes, he does. Keep saying it, we're very young.
Yeah, just a sophomore we're talking about him. Those linebackers, juniors. They stayed away from him.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they missed him.
Good angles, Coach. I took good angles. It goes out of bounds at about the 30. It looks like they're marking it at the 35. So good pressure by the defensive side. What do you think was the difference between that first drive where they were able to move it down about 80 yards for a touchdown and that drive?
So the plays that it's really simple. The plays that they made. Whenever they on that first drive where they actually stopped and the linebackers were flowing to the ball. The ones they didn't make, they weren't flowing to the ball. They were going with it and then trying to make a tackle. And we've talked about that over and over again. You play on your heels. The offensive guy has the momentum. He's going to take you. And when he's as big as Flowers, he's definitely going to do it.
And this time Beavers gets the corner. Going to be cut up. Do I see a flag on the field? As Beavers with a great run for 20 yards. But there's a flag, and it's probably holding.
Looks like holding, doesn't it?
Yes. It comes back, holding on the Wolves.
Yeah, we can't buy a break tonight on offense. Yet.
But again, that's a young man who makes his breaks. As you see Dietrich Beavers lifting those knees up, he, at 160 pounds, he runs like a 200-pound running back.
Well, you saw the cuts he made on that. He hit the hole really hard and then cut twice within a matter of about 5 yards, just shifty.
Averaging over 100 yards a game total offense, when you include his special teams and his receiving with his rushing.
Yeah.
And if you take out the McGinnis game in which they just keyed on him, he's probably averaging close to 100 yards rushing.
Well, he's had several 100-yard games this year.
Dace Shaw takes it up the middle, and he's going to get stopped after a yard. So, again, like you were talking about, Monty, just getting no push up the middle.
No push up the middle. We're behind the chains again. We got probably a yard on that. But what we need to avoid is, again, penalties. That drop pass on the first series was just like a penalty. It sets you back 12 yards.
Yep.
But we've got to get pushed up the middle. And this is the game where that line needs to grow up towards next year. There's a lot of young guys out there. Use this time to grow up. Nice call.
Screen to Dace, says Dace up the middle. Dace Shaw down the sideline. Dace Shaw all the way to the 5-yard line. Great call, as you say.
Yeah. Fantastic call. They've been keying on their linemen, which was really where their defensive strength has been keying on our guys, and they came hard that time, looking for a pass play. Rushing the quarterback, and just an excellent call.
And we have to find that gopher at the 15-yard line. Got both Dace and Dietrich.
Yeah, got both of them.
Quickly off the ball, Dietrich Beavers up the middle, carrying the pile
nice run
for a pickup of 7 down to the 3.
Yeah, they call that getting ahead of your cleats.
Or putting your head on the cleats.
Putting your head on your cleats, that's right. That was a nice push by our offensive line.
2nd and 3 as they're going quick now. And again, that's Beavers pushing in the middle. Touchdown, Shawnee Wolves.
Our defense and our offensive series that time were 180 degrees away from where they were last time. During the first drives of the ball game. That's what I wanted to see tonight. I wanted to see us come out and establish our dominance on the lines, both sides. Mm-hmm. We have to do that. If we do that tonight, anything they brought it with them into this ball game that's going to be deflated. Of course, the same thing can happen to us too. Mm-hmm. If they punch us in the mouth, we can get deflated as well. I'm going to bet though we have a better set of coaches than they have, and we need to establish dominance just like we did. That's highly unusual.
With 3:58 to play, the Wolves trail the Spartans 7-6. We'll be back on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community, one season at a time.
Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen. In before 9, out after 4. Dwight and Darcy, thank you for your patronage to Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen.
Hey guys, this is Sean with Play It Again Sports. We need your help this month to get restocked on a few items, mainly gloves, golf clubs, weights, and benches. And don't forget, we will pay you cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option. Well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for Action because we know Katie and Andy Landys, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I asked for Action.
I tell you what, we've got some talent coming on the offensive line.
We are back as Rhett Neese set to kick it off. The Wolves drive about 50 yards, Monty, on that, and it looked good. They look good doing it.
They look good. They dominated the line of scrimmage, and that's what we need to do tonight. We need to punch them in the mouth over and over again. You take their will away, and this is our game.
Rhett into the end zone with the kick as the Spartans going to take over at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And big difference between the starting drive and the second drive. We need to continue with the momentum here.
Yeah, again, our defensive line was able to establish position, which allowed our linebackers to flow freely to the ball. The hole's not getting established in a place, and our linebackers get caught up in the traffic. You know, one thing that a defensive lineman is supposed to do is keep people off the linebackers. Defensive linemen never really get to make plays. You know, that what they're doing is they're plugging things up, and that allows your linebackers to flow. And I think in that second drive, that's what we did.
And again, all of those guys underclassmen. And again, we can't stress enough how this is a big night mentally for the entire team.
Right.
As around the side goes Holland, this time the young men pick him up, Joyner in there on the tackle.
Yeah, he made a few yards on that, but we bottled him up. That first drive, that would have gone for 8 or 9 yards. We were able to bottle him up. His good speed and quickness got those 2 yards for him.
And it was Toby Gray on the backside with the initial hit, bringing him down. Good job of pursuit. We just don't want him to be caught in that pursuit and be taken the other way. He cannot give up his end spot.
Got to take good angles on him. Right there, exactly the same thing. Our linebacker's able to flow to the ball.
Rayson Campbell, the first one in there low, and it was Jason Hare who ends up with the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
We should give it to Rayson, though. Watch this. Good play right in the middle.
Yeah, see, he ties up 2 guys.
Yep.
His linebacker can flow to the ball. That's exactly what you need to do. That's where he makes his play, Rayson does, is at that point. That's grades him high when he does that.
Very good. Brings up a big 3rd down and 7. Can we get our offense back on the field? Holland takes the snap, pitches it out, and the pursuit is out there.
Yep.
Again, a flag comes in late. We don't like to see that. It looks like Lance Williams and Ryan High finish it up. There was a host of Wolves over there, though. Let's see about a face mask.
Yeah, I think it may be holding on this one. I hope it is.
Let's see. It is holding. That's going to bring up 4th down, and it looks like 7. The Wolves decline it, and we're going to receive another punt.
Yeah, I thought I saw a jersey get. I hope we see a punt here. Although if they do run a fake and we stop them, it puts us in good position.
Looks like Kiefer Landis is going to step back deep to retrieve the punt. And what a story Kiefer Landis is. Coming in first year really in varsity football. Right. And he has come in and really give the team a boost in the defensive backfield. Whatever he has been asked to do, he brings a lot of energy.
He brings a lot of energy. And I'll tell a small little story on Kiefer.
Please.
When I went to see the coaches about something, and I saw Kiefer standing outside, and I said, "Hey, man, you ready for this year, playing football?" He said, "Man, I don't know if I like this or not."
Yeah.
And I said, "You need to stick with it." And here we are.
That's right.
He sometimes it just requires a kid learning a few things, getting on the field, seeing success, and they start to discover that talent they have. Kiefer's he's a special kid too.
I agree. He's, of course, for those who don't know, he's just a junior, but also he's the one that took that big hit in Blanchard simply because of inexperience.
Right.
I mean, he's playing varsity. He's up against a really solid collision.
Right.
And it just goes off wrong. And now he's back again starting for the varsity squad. It's great to see. Good athletic ability. Great pole vaulter, you say.
Oh yeah. He'll likely he'll go to the state meet this year, and he has a shot to be on the podium his senior year, maybe even his junior year.
Well, we look forward to that as it goes out of bounds again, and it's big for the Shawnee Wolves defense. They've got great field position, winning the field position battle here in the first quarter.
Right. You talked about how they're averaging about 70 to 80 yards a ball game. They get very few yards. That's why they become one-dimensional, and you can stop that. But you have to be able to dominate their line of scrimmage to allow your linebackers to flow because they have athletes. Again, their athletes are on the field.
Zyron with Dietrich beside him. Q-Trap there leading the block. It's going to be pitched to Keno Citizen. Keno's got to make that end. Come on, Keno, cut back up. Don't lose too much. And he fumbled.
Yep, that's a fumble on us.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays that you got to know when to just cut it up and take your loss.
Right.
Just go.
Yeah, it kind of started bad from the beginning. He didn't receive the ball well when he went on the pitch. He kind of fumbled it around. It was a little bit high, and he was just consistently trying to kind of make something after that. I think he was probably playing loose with the ball. Oh, they got him on a face mask. Wow, what a break for us.
That is such a break, Monty.
What'd you say, friend, early on? You said we need breaks tonight?
Yeah. Well, we did just get one.
We gained 5 yards on a minus 10-yard play.
With a fumble.
With a fumble, yeah. Yeah, we need that.
All right. 1st and 5 now from the 41-yard line. Zyron Dietrich behind him. I think that's Q-Trap alongside. It is up the middle to Dietrich, and he's going to push just like he did. You know, he's a young man at the goal line. You give the 160-yarder, tell him to go, 160-pounder, go over the guard.
Go over the guard. Yeah. You know, they ran that trap last week. We watched that trap over. I mean, not the trap, the dive over and over again from Pete. I'll let you call this, but I saw a similarity there.
Okay. Zyron getting the play from Coach Madonna on the side. Same set. Let's see if they fake and pass here.
I think this might be a pass play. Yep.
That's going to be out
Just
to Ejon Thomas up the field. Ejon breaks a couple of tackles, continues down.
It's going to be
touchdown, Shawnee Wolf. Ejon Thomas on a 38-yard touchdown play from Zyron Campbell.
Fantastic. Great call. Get our athletes out in space. Our receivers can block people. And you get out in space against, I think, their defensive backs. There's a reason why people are scoring 70 points a game on them. You have to be giving up a lot of chunk plays for people to score that.
Ejon there, you really like to see his strength in breaking those tackles.
Well, and his good footwork, but also just great balance. He spun twice on that play. I think it was twice.
Yeah, I think he kicked the gopher.
Okay, good. I'm glad Rhett didn't overcorrect on that. Yeah, he
And with 1:37 to go in the first quarter, the Wolves go up 13-7. We'll be back with more football after these messages.
Family owned, The Branding Iron, a variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
We come back. Monty, what did you see on the drive that you were talking about from the dives you were seeing last week?
I was going to tell you, one of the things, if you look at any kind of wishbone offense or a flex bone, what Piedmont runs, and you remember this from watching OU football back in the day, the fullbacks like Lydell Carr.
Yeah.
When you run that dive play, that dive play is successful not because you have a great athlete. A lot of great athletes play that fullback position. It's because that guy, he is tough as nails. He runs full speed ahead, looking for collisions, and doesn't stop running until he's downfield. Mm-hmm. Does that remind you of somebody? Dietrich Beavers.
Taken there by the Spartans. Good pressure for the Wolves. Can they bring him down?
Yeah, this is where we got to,
Got to do better than that.
Got to do better than that.
That's number 4. I don't have him on my roster.
Number 4 on is Cormel McDonald.
So McDonald.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
25-yard return as he takes it right around the 10-yard line. And again, there's a lot of Wolves there, Monty. Just nobody able to bring him down.
Yeah, guys just kind of waiting on the play to come to them instead of going towards the play and bringing the heat. You know, bringing the wood with you. But back to Dietrich, he punches above his weight, and that's what you need in a tough nose back.
Okay, so the Spartans go from the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. And I like the shifts that the Wolves are doing.
Yeah. We need to get back there on that. Get back there on that. Get back there on that. He get it? I don't think he got it.
He didn't.
I think it's still live.
And
I
the
think
Wolves with a huge first down play.
Yeah.
That is going to be a loss
It's a
of
huge
about
loss.
20-yard line, 20 yards. I do not see any flags down either.
No.
So the Spartans really, they were in position. The Wolves, Jason Hare with the best opportunity, but once it fumbled the second time, he was out of it.
Yeah, and once that ball starts rolling around like that and popping here and there, it is just so hard to get on. That this is where we need to make sure he can obviously throw the ball because he's been, but
Gotta
we
bring
don't
him down.
we don't want to give a big play. Good play.
Jason,
Good pursuit.
I believe that again was
That was Ejon Thomas, I
was
think.
Jaden and Ejon.
Yep.
Jaden again playing out there on the end.
One thing I want to point out from the first series too, they're not playing those trip sets to one and one to the other side. They're bringing in more of a power set. Once we smacked third line in the mouth a few times on that last series, he realizes now he's got to put enough guys on the line where he get holes opened up.
The Wolves again going by him, just too many tackles missed on Flowers there. In the end, too many Wolves, and they bring him down.
And way too far to go. But you don't have all that eye candy out to the edges now that you've got to spread your guys out and do. I think their offensive coordinator has realized that if he's going to have any success at all, he's got to outnumber him on the line at least.
Toby Gray on that tackle. We're going to go to the second quarter with the Wolves leading after 13-7. You're watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time. It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time at our Shawnee Sonic.
Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy. We come back, it's going to be a big it's going to be a big next series for the offense.
Right.
If we can continue to distance ourselves from this team, Monty,
Right.
I think it's going to benefit us going into halftime.
Yeah, they have nothing that they're going to have big chunk plays if we get too far ahead of them, and you could get that in the run game, but it's much harder. And the further we get ahead of them, obviously it makes sense. The further you get somebody, the better chance you have to win. But with these guys especially, they just do not have they don't have the offense to be able to come back from that.
How about that? The fearlessness of Kiefer Landis to field that ball. It was maybe a 20, 25-yard punt straight up in the air.
Yeah.
3 or 4 guys around him. Watch this. Just fearless is this pole vaulter.
So I think the coach might talk to him about you could put a hand up, and that's what my expectation is. Last
Just
week,
catch that ball.
He tried to receive one over his head, over his shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, like Willie Mays.
Yeah.
And they weren't happy.
I would see why.
But I do like his fearlessness. You need that in a punt returner.
Yes, I love to see that. As Dace Shaw stepping in now into the backfield. I like to see Dace in there. One of the most powerful players we have on the team, and we haven't been able to see him through the year. As Dace going to pick up about 5 and bring up second. Well, give him 6. It looks like 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Dace is another underclassman.
He is.
We've got a junior class coming up that's played a lot of ball, and it bodes well for next year. And they're all kind of leaders too. There are a lot of really tough-nosed kids.
Yeah, it's definitely a solid group who shows a lot of care for one another.
Right.
Whenever you talk to them, they're usually in a group. There's
Right.
usually 2 or 3 of them together, and what I like about that is it's not the same 2 or 3.
Right.
It's kind of a mix of different mixes. It doesn't matter who they are, just as long as they're together.
I think we had an offsides just now.
We did on Southeast, and that gives us a first down, and that's going to be marked at the 33-yard line of Southeast. Zyron is going to pitch it out to Dace. A little awkward there on the pitch. I'd like to see him get it out there quicker, and a flag comes in late.
I think that might be holding on us.
Well, and that's one of those. If you can get that play off a little smoother, you might not have that happening because Dace was around the corner and gone. It is holding, and that's going to put us back in that 1st and 20.
Yeah, Darren Cheater just kind of got his hands outside the. You you can get your hands up into the pads on these guys. You can actually put your fingers inside their shoulder pads to kind of control them, but you can't put your arms outside of the you can't put your hands outside of their arms or around the backside. And once that happens, even if you have less leverage on them, it's going to be a hold every single time.
Well, and some
Hands
of the
in.
some of the underclassmen have checked in. You have Warrior Squire on that side, Kendall Gillum on that side, and the pass now is going to be out to Keno, and it's fumbled again.
I don't know that he really had control of that ball.
And they're going to give it to him. It looks like they're going to call it a catch and a fumble.
Let's look at that again. Yeah, I don't think he really ever had control of it.
Hey, Chill, play that again for us, will you?
Do we have
Let's
the other?
take a look at that.
Do we have the other angle on it?
No, let's just see what it looks like. Well,
I think
it
he
was
was
very
juggling it.
quick on that.
You know, it's a
Very
hard
quick.
play to call, though, as an official. And these guys don't have replay to be able to go back and say,
Yeah.
which way was it.
Yeah. So, Chill, can you get us the top angle on that for replay, or is it too late? Let's see if we can find that from the top angle. Here we go, Monty. Let's check this out. Whoops. We kind of missed it.
Kind of missed it on there, yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like it came into his fingertips, and he was kind of shuffling it as he went along.
Sure. It was a quick play, that's for sure. But again, 2 turnovers now.
Yeah, and we had
We had 2 turnovers. We saved one of them. 1 turnover.
right. We've had a lot of plays too that unnecessarily went for negative yards. It's just plays that we need to be playing downfield. We've been our own worst enemy in this entire first half. We were that way on defense on the first drive, and we've been that way on offense on the 2 drives that didn't go anywhere.
Yes.
This score legitimately should be 28-0, and
Well, we like to think so.
we like to think so. We need to get the mistakes out of our system.
All right. Defense back on the field. They've been successful the last few drives. This is the best field position that Southeast has enjoyed in quite a while. On their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Pressure. Holland escapes. Great by Toby Gray. Again, Toby is the one that I'm witnessing going low.
Right. Yeah, nice tackle for loss on that one. Wish we could have got him further back, but we kept our eye on him. In the first series, he'd have made it for probably 5 or 6 yards. But this time we had guys, what do we call that, populating to the football?
Flying in and out, and that's unfortunate. That's Hare.
That's Jason
that is
Hare.
down. And
Yeah.
we're going to take a break. You're watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV as they check on our player.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Hardesty Market in Dell, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
That's a big loss for the defense. We are back as Jason helped off the field with the coaches. He's trying to do it himself. The last few steps he's taken by himself, but we'll have to wait and see if he checks back in. Let's catch a number if you can. Oh, it looks like McDaniel is going to check in Jason's spot.
Yep, Dawson McDaniel, number 21.
All right.
And
so
Dawson's played well when he's been on the field this year. He always plays good on coverages.
Holland looks deep. He's going over the top to Flowers. That's the only one that can really hurt you. And that is Kiefer Landy's on the tackle. He came off of his player to make that play.
Yeah. Yeah, that we fell asleep They got us on that one. I'm glad that our defensive backs were back there, but they were not flowing well with them. And I think any other time we probably would have broken that play up, but we got caught napping.
Well, we do have a lot of changes in that defensive backfield, especially now with Jason going down as well.
Right. This is going to be a run.
That's to Flowers again. They keep him outside, which is nice. They're not giving him that
big
that
tackle
angle.
for loss. Big tackle for loss.
Wonderful play. I think that's going to be Lance Williams popping up there as he grabbed the ankle and held on. Toby Gray again, though, making that contained move. He makes him go really deep in the backfield.
He does.
And that is Lance and Ryan High who end up with the initial hits to bring him down, bringing up 2nd and 15.
And what's great on that, our entire defensive line pursued to that as well. We gang tackled that. There was no way he was going to get out of that.
Again, we've got Waldrip, Joyner, and Campbell there in the middle for the Wolves. Holland this time going to pitch it out, and it looks like it's Flowers. And again, Ryan High, after Toby Gray, pushes him deep into the backfield. Toby doing a great job.
We pursued towards the ball.
And I think that's one of the main conversations that Coach Blitch had after that first series.
Get off your heels.
And defensive ends, get out there.
Yeah.
Cut off. Don't give them that edge.
Contain. Get off your – and that defensive line has got to occupy guys. You cannot sit there and let them get off on your linebackers. You've got to occupy them.
And honestly, that's one of the most encouraging things that I'm seeing, Monty, is just I'm seeing them being coachable and improving within the game.
Right. Real time.
Didn't break the plane. It looks like no flag. We like to see that.
And you know the thing about that.
And it's going to be a delay game, a timeout by Southeast just before the delay game. I think the players were looking for a penalty, and then they just ran out of time. So, Monty, what I'm talking about is, that first drive really could have been catastrophic.
Yes.
For the mentality of our team, and the coaches were able to help the kids with the adjustments, and now you're seeing them pay off.
Yeah, you're seeing that payoff. They punched us in the mouth on that first drive. They really did. That could have taken the air completely out of your sails. But you're right. They brought him back. They coached him back up. They kept him going. One thing about this team, and I noticed it really well last week, and Brandon talked about it a little bit too, is even when they're getting beat badly, you don't ever see their heads down.
Yeah.
You don't ever see them just kind of moping around. They're in the game.
Yeah.
They're in the game when they're out on the field. They're in the game on the sidelines. It's a big credit to our coaching staff and to those kids as well, to these young men.
And their families.
But that's us recovering from that first drive in a game that we came out wanting to win at senior night. Emotions are running high. Able to come back out is about focus.
Well, and with a team
maturity.
like this, expecting to win, and how are you going to come out and actually take on the challenges? Holland goes up the middle, and that's when he's dangerous. But it looks like Ryan High, a late flag comes in. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. And Ryan High in there, as well as DeMario Joyner popping up from the bottom of the pile.
That was a student body right, too. The entire offense went that way, blocking guys.
I think Grayson Campbell in there as well.
That is going to be some. They got a player hurt as well in a flag.
And the flag is going to be. Was a 3rd down and 15 to go.
Right.
This is going to be interesting to see what the call is. If it's a spot foul, then it's real big for the Wolves. If it's something different, we may not be giving up a first down.
Right.
But with the 10-yard gain, if they add anything to that,
I think that had to be a few extracurriculars off the play that a couple of guys were doing. Based on where it was thrown at, what was going on when it was thrown. What was it?
A block in the back.
Oh, okay, good.
And it's going to be declined by the Wolves. I'd like to have seen them take that penalty, honestly. They're not going to punt.
No,
and you put them in 4th or 3rd and 25.
Well, I think they're more likely to punt then too. If you take that and march them back further and you stop them on that 3rd down, say for a 4 or 5. Here, this is 4-down territory. They're not punting here.
Right.
They're going to go for it here.
So this is a confidence shown for the defense and where the defense is, because the coaches know that.
Right.
So here we go. Can the Wolves stop them here? I would call this the biggest play of the game so far.
Yes, and this is a real big power set too. They've got guys. Everybody's in tight.
And a different quarterback. I wonder. You got to wonder. There he is. Joyner gets him, and the Wolves nail him. Toby Gray finishes. Joyner really making that play. And the coaches, of course, know their team, and I like that they challenge their team. I like it now because I see it be successful.
Right. Yeah, that was a Wildcat. I think that was actually Holland on that play. It may not have been.
It was number 6.
Oh, number 6?
I don't have him.
Ty Ball is who that is.
And
he's
so
running back. Yeah,
I would wonder, maybe he looked like a stronger individual perhaps than Holland, but.
Well, and they've really played that student body right again. I mean, all those guys, you knew where that ball was going.
Yeah.
Although it may have been to catch guys in our tendencies to run that the opposite way. It may have been the play there.
Joyner just showing his strength and getting through that line.
Joyner's going to be a good ball player.
Like to see that.
He's made big strides this year, Joyner has.
I agree. Zyron Campbell in the backfield, Dietrich behind him, and the give is going to be to Beavers. And there's an early flag. It's going to be holding, and Beavers is doing what Beavers does, breaking tackles and not giving up. Picks up 15 on the run. It's probably coming back.
Yeah, and we talk about his toughness. 5 of that was after the hit. Those yards after contact, those yak yards.
Yep.
Holding again. We have played behind the chains all night, even on our 2 touchdown drives.
I believe that's our 3rd holding call of the first half.
Last week we had really done away with a lot of the silly penalties. We haven't had the silly penalties tonight, but we've had the penalties that are the catastrophic type penalties, the holds, the ones that really put you behind the chains. I think that speaks, though, maybe to the strength of their defense being on their line. It's our guys getting their hands crossed, trying to get those big athletic defensive linemen they've got.
1st and 20, Beavers up the middle. He hits the hole, and he gets hit. As that's going to be a gain of a half yard, maybe. And now it'll be 2nd and 20 again to go. Like I say, maybe a half yard gained on that.
I think go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I was going to say, I think with this personnel set, we might actually see that. Well, no, we're not going to see it.
I think Zyron's going to be throwing here.
Yeah, I think it'll be a downfield. I was going to call that little bubble screen on this one. But
Pino and Ejon up top.
Yep. He wants to throw it. A nice little short. We got to make that play.
Yeah, Kino let that one go as Zyron delivered it well. I like to see that throw.
It was right in his hands, and what's interesting is the downfield wasn't his first read. That was his first read. Mm-hmm. That was meant to get back, to get us to about a 3rd and 9 is what the coach wanted out of that. He was trying to pick up good 10 or 11 yards on just a quick out. Let him use his speed. Citizen use his speed. He's got to catch the ball first.
Yeah, the money player here has got to be Beavers.
Mm-hmm.
And we shall see. It's going to be they're trying to get it to Beavers. That's where he goes.
A little screen.
And he's going to pick up quite a bit. He'll be knocked out just before the 30. It's going to bring up 4th and 11. I'm thinking we'll be punting as we see Lance trot onto the field.
Yeah, I already see him out there.
I'm just glad we didn't get a call for blocking the back, honestly.
If you were going to do a fake, I'd do it here.
I don't know. With the defense playing as well as it is in the last few downs or the last few series, I would think let's let our punter
do his job.
Put them back on their own 30-yard line. Because if they don't catch this punt, that's where it's going to be. They do now drop somebody deep.
Of course, I'm the guy always calling for reverses, too. And we saw what happened when we tried to run a reverse.
Yeah. If that bounces, it's going to be good for Shawnee. It does. And they drop him at the knee. He's already down. When he caught it, he had his knee down. The ref got that at the 38-yard line, we'll call it. The Wolves, again, going to go on the defensive side of the ball.
Toby Gray had him in his sights. That's the kind of hit you dream of as a defensive player, and went right over the top of him.
We see big number 40 out there. He's limping a little bit. It looks like they have some tape on his leg, but that senior will not be denied.
No, he's not going to come out.
He is a strong young man.
He's tough as nails. I've watched him progress as a wrestler too, and if he learned anything in the offseason, a bunch of leverage, he's going to be a good wrestler this year.
And we look forward to bringing you wrestling this year it'll be interesting. I believe we're going to watch some matches at the old middle school.
Oh, is that where they're going to have them?
I think so.
I hadn't talked to Coach yet about it, but I was wondering where we're going to set up the mats.
So there's going to be another timeout by Southeast with 7:16 to go as you're watching Shawnee Wolves football on ShawneeCTV.
At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you. Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen. In before 9, out after 4. Dwight and Darcy, thank you for your patronage to Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen.
As we come back with the start of the play, the give is up the middle, and it's going to be a pickup of 1, bringing up 2nd down and 9. Big number 44 on the run. Who was that, Monty?
Number 44 for them is, I do not see a number 44.
I believe it was Toby Gray on our side on the tackle. As it was a good hit there in the hole.
He plays linebacker for him, too. I saw him on the defensive side playing linebacker.
So it looks like the quarterback change is permanent, so it was probably due to the injury. As not going anywhere, the Wolves pulling on that ball. I like to see Joyner grabbing the ball while they've got the pack with the holding on him.
You know, I was just checking out Holland's. He's got his uniform off.
Gotcha.
So Holland's out, and like you said as well, Keon Holland's out, and also Flowers, both of them. Terry Flowers is out as well.
That is damaging.
Yes,
for
it is.
Southeast.
Well, that was the entire offense that first series,
Mm-hmm.
was those two.
Yes. And we were having trouble with Flowers and with Holland throughout. So they're going to try to go deep.
They're going to go. I thought they had him sacked. Well, they're still going to get him.
Jaden Smith finishes off Toby Gray's hit, and that's going to bring up another 4th down, I believe, for the Spartans, and you would think they'd be punting here.
So is it safe to say that you could, if you don't see who makes something, you could almost call Toby Gray's name?
Yeah. The way he's playing tonight.
Yeah,
that's true.
The last 3 games I've watched him play, that game against John Marshall, he had 19 tackles that night. He was all over the field.
I like him.
I do too. Another junior.
All right. As they get rid of the punt here, and it looks like Kiefer is going to catch it at the 30. Good run. As he's going to be dragged out in Southeast territory.
Nice move by Kiefer.
49-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolves. We need to get some points here. Can't let them hang around.
You know, kick returning is a lot like pole vaulting, though. You have to have confidence.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of fear.
There's not a lot of fear, and you have to believe you're the man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to see him back there receiving kicks. He could be dangerous in that position.
Well, and I think that he would say now that he's having fun.
Yes, I think he's probably having a lot of fun now.
All right. The Wolves 1st and 10, Zyron Campbell at the controls. Dietrich Beavers behind him. They're going to get it out to Dace.
Yeah, that little bubble screen.
Dace Shaw going to be taken down, as that's a good play out there on the
well
defensive
played by
side
their
of the ball.
defense. Number 7,
Uh-huh.
Santos Flores.
Sounds like it. I've got a lot of names on my roster, but I don't have a lot of numbers. No, you call them.
Yeah, this is much better.
If you see them, you call it.
They found me a pair of binoculars for tonight, though, too, so I can see.
All right, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 13 for the Wolves.
Again, we're behind the chains. It seems like every single time we've had at least 1 or 2 plays, even on the long series, that put us behind the chains. Nice play.
Toby Gray with a good move. Toby Gray down to the 5. Touchdown, Shawnee Wolves. Toby Gray on a 52-yard strike from Zyron Campbell.
That was next level, too, by both of them. Both the route and the throw were both next level. I mean, watch this on the replay. Just next level. Excellently run route. The way he threw that on a dime to him, hit him in stride. That play is made to get you about 15, 20 yards unless it's executed perfectly, because you'll always split the safeties on that play. And it was executed perfectly.
All right, now Rhett Neese comes in. Lance, the holder, of course, and I believe Toby Gray is the long snapper.
Yes, he's our new long snapper, isn't he?
So, again, you called out Toby having a fantastic game on the defensive side of the ball, and here he makes his presence felt offensively as well.
It looks we're going to go for deuce here.
Shawnee picks up and brings the kicking team off. We call a timeout to make this decision.
Excellent call by the coach. He's got 3 timeouts. Go ahead and use it. See if you can't put a play in.
And get it back up to 21.
Right.
Get it back up to the pretty number.
Right. I was very impressed with that pass by Zyron, though. And it was really an excellent route by Toby. And Toby hasn't played receiver all season. Mm-hmm. But, again, that's one of those routes and passes. If you execute it perfectly, you will almost always split the safeties on that.
Well, and what's encouraging to me is, as a sophomore, he made the right decision. He had Schrader on the short route,
right,
and he had Gray on the off route, and he had enough room to pick the right receiver.
Right.
And there for a moment, I thought he actually was trying to hit Schrader.
Well, I was worried that Schrader was actually going to knock the ball down, trying to go up for it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he pulled his arms back once he realized what was happening. And but just a perfect play, really well executed. And Zyron showed had a little bit of heat on him, too, on that. He showed some pocket presence.
Well, if you don't really understand how big Zyron is unless you're standing next to him. He is one of those kids, just a sophomore, who has really a football quarterback body.
Yeah.
He does.
And he's listed at 160. I think.
Wildcat.
Oh, they're running Wildcat. Who they got back in the Wildcat?
Dietrich is calling for it, and he's going to go off the right side into the end zone. Touchdown. Extra point.
Nice. Again, that wasn't a dive. He went off tackle, but he was running. He would have ran into the tent down there, where the hospitality tent is, if he wouldn't have stopped.
And if you recall at Lawton, they were having a lot of trouble with this set. It's good to see him clean it up a little bit
because it's really powerful for them.
Yeah, it can be.
They've got a lot of backs who can run that, and the thing about the Wildcats, it's incredibly difficult to stop because you've got 10 guys on 11. Some guys got to go out and make the play. Every guy's blocking. It's one of those sets where you know what's coming.
Yeah.
And if you got a guy who can pass the ball, it's even more dangerous. You get a tight end and release himself, off of the little 5-yard out or something, or a little curl. So I'm good. I'm glad to see it play well too. It's a big part of his offense too, that spread. To be able to run that and play that.
Well, and that's where in this offseason I know that it's a focus for Coach Madonna and his staff to help our kids get stronger than they are this year, because you want to be able to line up and say, okay, you know what's coming. You might not know where exactly it's coming, but we're going to beat you because we're confident in this set we're going to be stronger than you are.
That was one thing he commented on last week during our post-game interview with Brandon, is that the thing he noticed against Piedmont was our toughness. And he wasn't talking about mental toughness or the fact these aren't tough kids, but our ability to withstand hit after hit after hit after hit and have the strength to be able to back it up. Mm-hmm. And we've got to get in the weight room. Of course, they were out of the weight room for a long time this year because of the facilities not being available.
Right. Well, and prior to that, really, since COVID coming in, it's been a slow process and it's a new regime. It's a new regime that's going to have to make it happen.
Oh, get that ball.
Jason Hare, the Wolves get it.
Oh, we got it. That's huge.
Jason Hare hits the runner, and it's McDaniel who picks up the fumble.
When I saw McDaniel coming on defense, he's been playing well all year on kick coverage. I was going to say on lifting before we leave this point, Dustin Lovelace, Coach Lovelace, has been big on this play. This replay. Oh, excellent play by the senior, knocking him off the ball.
Exactly. Jason Hare.
It's that wrestler's mentality. Mm-hmm. He knew exactly where the takedown needed to be.
What were you going to tell us?
Dustin Lovelace, he and Tom Williams both working with these kids in the off season in the weight room. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of commitment from their kids, a lot of buy-in. I think they were rebuilding culture too. Again, that Wildcat.
That's going to be.
We're going to get another hold again.
Flag late in the backfield.
I think, on one of our receivers out there. Got his hands outside again.
Can't do that. Just got to continue to get better.
But again, it's a culture thing, and building strength and being willing to sit in the weight room and do that and do the right things and train the right way is really about culture.
Yeah.
Kids buying in wholesale with one another to do that. And it takes consistency from your coaches. And I think they've beyond just Coach Blitch and Coach Madonna, they've got some really good assistants who I think are a part of that.
Agreed. And I think you're right. When it's a culture, it's everybody doing it. It's not just the select few that are doing it. And that's where we got to get back to, is everybody doing it. That's going to be another loss on the play, a loss of 7, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 27.
And it's where you realize your importance lies within the team. That's
Yeah.
where your importance lies. And that team culture it's difficult to build, but once you get it established, it can hang around for a long time.
That's what it's got to be. It's these 7th, 8th, and 9th graders who show up in the summer and they see the sophomore, juniors, and seniors
It's
and
an
how hard they
expectation.
work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's cool.
Beavers making his way up. It's going to be an all right gain. It's not going to do much to dent the 27, but it'll bring up a 3rd down, and 20.
I think we will see a pass play here, hopefully. I can't imagine we're not. But what I would love to see is that little bubble screen again.
To Beavers?
To Beavers. Nope, they're all going downfield.
Campbell going to go deep.
Nice pass to Toby!
Touchdown, Shawnee Wolves! That is a 40-yard touchdown, 35-yard touchdown strike from Toby Gray from Zyron Campbell.
Toby Gray's got some speed, doesn't he?
He's an athlete.
He outran him on that one. It wasn't just a good route. He flat out outran him.
And what you notice, and I want to see that replay again if we can, Chill, when you see the quarterback motion in the backfield, he is looking the other way and turns back and fires to his primary receiver.
Yeah.
Great work with the eyes of Zyron Campbell.
Looked him off. What maturity that young man's grown into, too, Zyron.
And this time, Rhett Good again on the extra point. 28-7, Wolves lead. Under 3 minutes to play before halftime. You're watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community, one season at a time.
Hey guys, this is Sean with Play It Again Sports. We need your help this month to get restocked on a few items, mainly gloves, golf clubs, weights, and benches. And don't forget, we will pay you cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option. Well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for Action because we know Katie and Andy Landys, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I ask for Action.
Exciting.
Yeah.
As we are back, what about that drive, Monty, as we have the mistakes early,
Right.
but we're able to overcome?
Yeah, we've got one, we got to get rid of the mistakes, but two, it shows the toughness of this team again to be able to come back into that and go, okay, we can make this happen. That play, just like that other pass play, that's next level stuff. The way he hit, you pointed it out when we were looking at, there's another little short kick. When we were looking at it again, the way that Zyron, the way that Campbell looked off, he knew where his primary was at. The way he looked off the backs, the defensive backs, and they came back to him at the right time.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that he looked them off, but when he came back to him, his guy was where he needed him to be.
Yep.
And he hit him in stride. What a next level play.
It's great to see, and of course, it's a given. These are in district play. These are the cellar dwellers.
Yes.
And it's not that we're saying next level because against the competition, but
The execution.
These execution, right? We need games like this for our kids to be able to feel it a little bit.
Execution against a live opponent. It's not in practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not doing something over and over again, making it try to work. It's in a live situation. I don't care who your competition is. Like you're saying, if you do it live and it's the execution that got it, it wasn't him having to come back for the ball. But man, just next level stuff.
It's kind of like I hadn't played golf in a long time. and I got to go to
Well,
California.
you
and
sold your golf shoes. That's
play some
why.
golf. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I sold them over at Play It Again Sports,
Yeah.
and I didn't wear golf shoes. But when you're able to visualize something, it's much more likely to happen. And these guys haven't been able to feel this kind of success before. I mean, I think that as a group or when we converse, a lot of times the Blanchard game comes up as one of our best games.
Right.
And that now was so long ago after the competition. It's hard to get it done if it's not happening over and over and over again. And just to be able to feel it is a good thing. We're going to take a break. DeMario Joyner is down, and we'll be back after these messages.
Family owned, The Branding Iron. A variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time at our Shawnee Sonic. We are back. DeMario limping off. We hope to see him back later, of course. And trotting on, big number 51 is going to be taking his place, and that's Jamar Favors. So Campbell,
third down again.
Yep. Campbell, Waldrop, and Favors in there on that front line. And that's one of those 4.
Playing downfield again.
As Grayson Campbell, again, straight up the middle, making a great play. As you'll see him blow it up right from the middle.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, you don't make that play if you're not playing towards the ball. I mean, you might have got him in the backfield. It may have happened eventually, but they were on top of him.
I like the strength that we're seeing from our nose tackle. Another junior in there. And, I'm in between. I'm not sure really if he's a junior or a sophomore. He's marked as a junior in mine. And the Wolves are going to stop the fake punt, and they have opportunity with 1:34 to play. Wow.
I think the coaches probably saw that one coming.
I think they thought that we wouldn't have seen it coming, and maybe, and look who it is. It's big number 60, Grayson Campbell.
I think our coaches saw that coming too. Our guys looked like they were ready for it. The way our backers were kind of bouncing around. And I don't blame their coaches either. You got to try to make something happen. If you're well behind on the scoreboard, you got to try to get something going here.
Sure. It's going into halftime. Now, though, if the Wolves can really punch this across, how big could that be just to roll into the second half?
Yeah, you play with a lot of freedom. Of course, they've been playing with a lot of freedom tonight. I mean, the fact that we've been able to play behind the chains and still we're up by scored 28 points on 6 drives.
Zyron looking over the middle. He's going to go deep. And that's Deshaw just out of reach. As he did put enough air under it. Right. He had just really overthrown him. I thought maybe he thought that Dace was a little faster.
Yeah, I think he was throwing it to a spot. Yeah, I've seen that in how he throws the ball. I think he's very good at doing that, understanding distance and where he needs to throw it to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it was just a little bit off. He had a guy coming behind him too. He may have released it a little bit early.
He's got a good looking throw.
Yeah.
Second down and 10.
He's got really good
up
pocket
the middle.
presence.
Dietrich Beavers breaking to the outside. Good block by Toby Gray.
There he
Dietrich
goes.
On 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, Shawnee High.
What a move.
Good scamper. You like to see that for the offensive player of the year. 42 yards on the scamper. And what a block there by Toby Gray.
Block, but watch this move right here. Just fantastic. Good block by Toby Gray.
Dietrich is a lot of fun to watch. The Wolves having a good time on the sideline as you see him there as well.
Gray's becoming quite the two-way player.
Good job. Rhett Neese in for the kick. And that goes up and through as the Wolves lead 35-7. You're watching Shawnee High School Sports on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Yeah.
We are back.
Thank you.
I was turning that over to you.
Well, somebody needed to because I didn't know where I was.
You know,
As Rhett Neese back for the kickoff.
You've only had my back about 20 times this season. I need to have it at least once on yours.
As Rhett kicks the kick to the 35, it's going to be a neat.
Yeah, we'll get a penalty on that. That's
too bad, actually, because
yeah.
he could have put his arm up.
He needs to back off, too. He doesn't want to get another 15.
That's right.
That wrestler mentality coming out.
Well, and if that's going to be a fair catch, you put your arm up.
He did.
And, let's see that again, Chill. I just want to see the timing on that hit, if we can see it.
I
have to say, I don't know that he wasn't in the motion.
Oh, no, he did put it up. Yeah, that's not – I don't know if that's a good call or not. Now that I see it, I thought he'd put his arm up.
All right. So, unfortunate. I know last week we did the one thing that we really could take from that game was none of these, no personal fouls.
Right.
We've had – this would be the first one in, the 5 quarters now, almost 6, which is actually improvement.
A big improvement.
We did have earlier a 15-yard face mask, I believe, in that opening drive, but – this is one of those that you really don't want to see, and it's unfortunate that it comes like that, honestly. Right. Let's not get any more of those.
Kind of a bang-bang play.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost intercepted.
And that's Jaden Smith with Leonard with the sticky fingers I was talking about. It goes right between his hands. This will be a good angle to watch it, I bet. And
Ryan High almost had that, too.
Oh, it got tipped. Yeah, it got tipped by Ryan. That's what Jaden was going, ooh, don't touch that one.
Last week, too, on the penalties they didn't have those silly 5-yard ones, offsides, illegal motion, jumping, just the things that just make you want to scream because they put you behind the chains constantly.
Yeah.
Very disciplined ball.
Right up front. If that's Rayson Campbell, I am very happy to call his name again. That young man is playing well tonight.
That is at least 8, 9 tackles for loss. We may be in double digits. I'm not keeping stats tonight like I typically do, but we may be in double digits by now on tackles for loss.
Senior Isaac Hodges in there as well. It's like it's good to see him active
at
on
least
this senior night.
Every series we get at least 1, and we've gotten 2 on most every series. We're at least, I think, in double digits.
So 3rd down and 12 with 33 seconds remaining before halftime. There's going to be one more play run, but that probably will be it. They get it off. Oh. Kiefer Landis with another fumble recovery, and it was Jaden Smith who caused it.
Jaden Smith make that hit?
Yep.
You talk about a heads-up play. That strip was heads up.
Jaden punching at the ball as he goes by. You'll see right here.
Yep. That's exactly what he did. He reached for it.
And the Wolves get the ball with 17 seconds. Let's see 3 long passes here.
Yeah.
Let's just see 3 long passes, see what we can do. And it's the ball marked at the 42-yard line of the Wolves. They're going to give it to Dace Shaw. Dace is going to go right up the middle, and it's going to be no gain, and that should be the last one of the half.
He's got a timeout. I think they might call a timeout here.
Well, they forgot to start the clock.
I think they forgot to start the clock.
Yeah, they did.
Or he may be ready to go into the house.
He is. So we'll go into halftime as well with the Wolves up 35-7. You're watching Shawnee Wolves football on ShawneeCTV.
Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience. At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo.
Are you satisfied with the performance of the county's emergency management department through the recent natural disaster? What are some areas of performance that need to be improved as we move forward?
I think in a natural disaster, it's key to remember you need to put away the city boundary lines. Multiple cities are in one county, and you need to remember that. You have to kind of take your feelings and emotions out of it, take the boundary lines out of it, and everybody work together as one.
But nobody's more at the forefront of a disaster than the county's emergency management director, Chad Larman.
I think the county emergency management are amazing. They really pulled through and they really surprised me with this. He already had a game plan, he had it lined up. He said, hey, this is what I need from you, X, Y, Z. You go here, you go here, you go here. We were all out there, picking up debris, getting it off the roads, helping in any way that we could.
LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you. Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen. In before 9, out after 4. Dwight and Darcy, thank you for your patronage to Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen.
My name is Valerie Elson, and I am the court clerk for Pottawatomie County. I would say in my early years, the people that I looked up to the most were my parents. They were the best that I think anyone could ever hope for. They were devoted, loyal, loving, giving. We didn't have a lot growing up, but they made sure that our home was filled with love and grace, and made sure that my brother and I knew how to give love and grace abundantly. And they've really shaped me into who I am today. I have a lot of people that I care about and admire, but I would say none more than my children. I thank God daily for both of them, and they remind me to show love every day and to just enjoy life every day that we're given. I think the thing that I want to accomplish the most in life is to travel more. I love going places, I love exploring. I don't get to do that a lot right now between a full-time job and full-time mom. But hopefully when I retire, that is my goal, to travel as much as I possibly can. I'm looking at lots of places. My first goal is to travel Europe. Got a good friend, and she and I are talking about where we want to go and how we want to do that, just possibly backpacking and hopping on a train and traveling. Backpacking would be a first-time thing for me, but I want to try it. Seems like be adventurous, and I want to be able to do that at some point in my life.
Hey guys, this is Sean with Play It Again Sports. We need your help this month to get restocked on a few items, mainly gloves, golf clubs, weights, and benches. And don't forget, we will pay you cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option. Well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for action because we know Katie and Andy Landys, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I ask for action.
Family owned, The Branding Iron, a variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic.
Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store, conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Hardesty Market and Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials, just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat, and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market and Deli. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience. At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you. Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen. In before 9, out after 4. Dwight and Darcy, thank you for your patronage to Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen.
Hey guys, this is Sean with SHS Sports. We need your help this month to get restocked on a few items, mainly gloves, golf clubs, weights, and benches. And don't forget, we will pay you cash on the spot. SHS Sports, we buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option. Well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for action because we know Katie and Andy Landys, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I ask for action.
Family owned, The Branding Iron, a variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Hardesty Market in Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Deli. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience. At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo.
Please welcome to the field from Shawnee, Oklahoma, the Pride of the Pack Marching Band. Shawnee High School Band is under the direction of Christopher Hall, Jackson Anderson, Madison Riesenberg. Color guard coordinator is Lindsay Abinas. Percussion coordinator is William Weldon. Tonight's performance is a portion of the band's 2023 competitive marching show entitled Gothic Resonances. Drum majors Caitlin Parsons and Olivia Brim. Is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of the Pack Marching Band. fans, let's make some noise for the pride of the pack.
Are you satisfied with the performance of the county's emergency management department through the recent natural disaster? What are some areas of performance that need to be improved as we move forward?
I think in a natural disaster, it's key to remember you need to put away the city boundary lines. Multiple cities are in one county, and you need to remember that. You have to kind of take your feelings and emotions out of it, take the boundary lines out of it, and everybody work together as one.
But nobody's more at the forefront of a disaster than the county's emergency management director, Chad Larman.
I think the county emergency management are amazing. They really pulled through and they really surprised me with this. He already had a game plan, he had it lined up. He said, hey, this is what I need from you, X, Y, Z. You go here, you go here, you go here. We were all out there, picking up debris, getting it off the roads, helping in any way that we could.
LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you. Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen. In before 9, out after 4. Dwight and Darcy, thank you for your patronage to Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen.
My name is Valerie Elson, and I am the court clerk for Pottawatomie County. I would say in my early years, the people that I looked up to the most were my parents. They were the best that I think anyone could ever hope for. They were devoted, loyal, loving, giving. We didn't have a lot growing up, but they made sure that our home was filled with love and grace, and made sure that my brother and I knew how to give love and grace abundantly. and they've really shaped me into who I am today. I have a lot of people that I care about and admire, but I would say none more than my children. I thank God daily for both of them, and they remind me to show love every day and to just enjoy life every day that we're given. I think the thing that I want to accomplish the most in life is to travel more. I love going places, I love exploring. I don't get to do that a lot right now between a full-time job and full-time mom, but hopefully when I retire, that is my goal, to travel as much as I possibly can. I'm looking at lots of places. My first goal is to travel Europe. Got a good friend, and she and I are talking about where we want to go and how we want to do that, just possibly backpacking and hopping on a train and traveling. Backpacking would be a first-time thing for me, but I want to try it. Seems like be adventurous, and I want to be able to do that at some point in my life.
Hey guys, this is Sean with Play It Again Sports. We need your help this month to get restocked on a few items, mainly gloves, golf clubs, weights, and benches. And don't forget, we will pay you cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option. Well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for Action because we know Katie and Andy Landys, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I ask for Action.
Family owned, The Branding Iron, a variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic Good Time, at our Shawnee Sonic.
Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials, just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat, and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
And we're back at the on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University with Shawnee High School football, of course. Monty Porter, tell us a little bit. What's your thoughts on the first half?
I think after a slow start, like we talked about, both of these teams were really coming out with the same goal in mind. And after a slow start, what we did is we established the line of scrimmage on both sides, and then we put our athletes in a position to make plays, both on the defense and the offense. Our linebackers who we play through were able to make plays. Our skill guys on offense were able to make plays. Our guys responded well to coaching, which says a lot about the maturity they've grown. The one big success this year has been the maturing of this team. That's been the big, huge success. And in a lot of different arenas. The wins have not been a success this year, but maturing of this team pays off for the future. That's my takeaway from the first half. We are better than this team, and we can't. This could have very well been one of those games that wouldn't have happened like 14-13 or something. Instead, it's 35-7. Now we need to come out in the second half and keep the same momentum going, and that's the way you build for next year.
I'm very interested to see about this second half and how the kids do respond going in with such a lead. Of course, John Marshall, we experienced something like this as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, yes, this was one of those litmus test games. There were only a couple of games really on this schedule that Shawnee Wolves should have won.
Right.
They're expected to win. This was one of those, and the kids are passing the test so far.
I think we just had a fair catch on that. It went off of his shoulder pad. It was received behind him. Been a great trick play if it would have been called that way.
That would have been nice.
But they called it dead. We got on the 31-yard line.
And let's see. Yep, the hand goes up. That's one that Kiefer wasn't catching that ball, but he was making sure that, okay, we're safe.
I think that was Q-Trap who it carried off of.
No, it was, but it was Kiefer who made the fair catch signal.
Who made the fair catch signal. Oh, I got you.
I don't know that I've seen that before where somebody was making a fair catch signal for someone else.
Somebody else got it. I think he was told, anytime the ball's in the air, but you make a fair catch signal. He's going to do it on a pass play here in a second.
Dietrich up the middle, no gain.
I think we got a face
Flags
mask.
all over the place.
Yeah, we've got a face mask here. I'm pretty sure that could be a hold, but I'm pretty sure the way he got drugged back, that's a 15-yard penalty against them.
Personal foul, face mask against Southeast. So,
which, you know, as a fan of young athletes and high school players, I hate that for those kids on the other side over there because they came out and made a really good play. But then you make a bonehead mistake like that, and it just takes it away.
Well, we're not going to go sympathetic yet. We will stay homers.
That was empathy.
Feeling it with them.
Feeling it with them. Yeah.
There you go.
I just graduated my last high schooler last year, so that empathy's still
I like that.
right on the surface.
No, I like that. Yes. And you, of course, were right on that. Down the sideline, up to Ejon Thomas. Ejon goes up and gets it at the 20, and he's down to the 10 with a 40-yard pass from Zyron Campbell to Ejon Thomas. I like the way Zyron's delivering the ball tonight.
The flow. He had pressure in his face, too. Fantastic pass.
As you said earlier,
was
Monty.
it coming back again?
Oh, I didn't.
I think we got hands to the face is what we got. Unfortunately, I think I saw him motion hands to the face. Can we replay the call really quickly to figure out what it was?
Let's see. He's looking. I don't think that we have it. He's looking for the referee's call, Chill, if we've got that to be able to replay. It's a great pass play.
Fantastic pass play. But again, we're playing behind the sticks. We're consistent from that perspective. I don't know where the flag was thrown, though.
It was back at Zyron.
Back at Zyron.
Yeah.
Somebody must have said something to somebody then.
So 15 yards on the personal foul. That's given to Dietrich Beavers. He's picking his hole. He's on the outside. Dietrich Beavers down the sideline. Dietrich on to the 10-yard line. That is going to be a 50-yard scamper by Dietrich Beavers.
Wow. Wow.
I wonder why Zyron's hanging out down here. Do we see a flag somewhere?
He came to play tonight, didn't he? Is there another flag?
There was a flag dropped at the 37-yard line, it looks like. Here comes the call. So,
dead ball.
That's a sideline infraction.
But that's got to be at the end of the play, though.
First down for the Wolves.
It's interesting the way that was marked. I had never seen it unless they do it from the spot of where the sideline infraction occurred.
At the end of the play, it looks like they marked off. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. We have a dog visiting.
Yeah, on the field.
On the field.
Somebody's going to have to take responsibility for it.
Was the sideline infraction on the dog?
It might be, as it trots off. It is a full moon.
It is a full moon.
Pretty close.
Yeah, he was a big guy too. Again, that reminds me, it's setting above this side of the steeple this time, and unlike the first game we did where it was setting over above.
Yeah.
Very
nice night for high school football.
Yes, it is. Beautiful.
11:21 to go. Zyron this time is going to go out to Ejon Thomas and just unable to hang on.
He had some zip on that, but that's the way you have to pass that. You're passing that across a lot of guys.
I love it. From the hash mark to the far sideline, he has an arm. He's got a cannon, man.
Yeah, you've got to put that one on a rope.
Yep, and he did.
Yep.
Just unable to handle it. 2nd down and 10 from the 30.
Caught it with his body instead of his hands. And you're never going to make a successful catch on a ball thrown like that. Got to catch it with your hands.
The athletic director taking control of the dog situation. Over the middle. Oh, Kiefer just not turning around early enough. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Kiefer. That was De'Aaron Sheeter. And just not looking for that pass.
No, that was a really good pass, too.
Yeah, it was going to be catchable. So 3rd down and 10 now.
I did notice Dax is now a dog catcher, our athletic director.
Yeah. Very nice to see.
Uh-huh. So 3rd and 10.
We've got fan participation. I think that's with the dog. And Zyron going to go down in the backfield.
Man, he's tough to bring down.
Yep. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a strong young man. I would have liked to have seen, because it was a quarterback in the grass, that's the reason. But I would have liked to have seen that whistle blown. That's how somebody could really get hurt. I would not like to see his head come down, concuss or something on a play like that.
Yeah, that was close to being a personal foul penalty too. The way he slammed into the ground.
So the Wolves are going to stall, and really it was a penalty that stalled them. Again, a sideline penalty that we lost the yardage on the big Beavers run.
Right. The other thing about that is, one of the things we had on all those touchdown drives in the first half was execution on both ends of the ball. We got to catch the ball. We had 2 very good pass plays, and got to catch it.
Execution.
And
this is part of the growth process that you've talked about against very good teams, which we've had many of them this year, especially in our district play. You get punched when you make mistakes like we made in that drive.
Right. And what's frustrating about those plays, especially for the player, is both of those young men ran really good routes.
Yeah.
It wasn't as if they weren't in position to make the play. They'd put themselves in the position. Now it's just finishing it. And finishing is oftentimes, one of those hard things anyway. When you're young, not to be critical of them, I think that they'll grow through that. But you got to finish. That's how, like you're saying, it's how you beat the good teams.
Or at least stay in the game.
At least stay in the game. Well, next year I think we got an opportunity to be in the upper division of our district, with some of the athletes we have coming back, and we've got to. That's what's going to put us over the top.
There are some district changes going on as we realign next year.
Right.
As the Wolves string it out, and Toby Gray with a big hit on the side, and it's going to be another tackle for a loss. It looks like a loss of 1, perhaps, on the run.
Yeah, and like we were talking about the first half, at least double digits tonight in TFLs. Our guys have been, since that first series, very active in playing downhill towards the ball. I would love to see this next week, too, when we play Guthrie, is play downhill. You don't have anything to lose. Play towards the ball. There's so much more success that comes from that.
Right up the middle, it's going to be a good pickup by Southeast. Pickup of about 8, 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
That's a big back.
It is a big back.
Aaron Rodriguez, I think. It's number 22, right?
Yes.
Aaron Rodriguez.
Big 3rd down for a stop for the defense.
I would assume, I don't know if they do 4-down territory here or not, but they're really behind. They may just do it just to, the coach might be treating it somewhat like a scrimmage anyway. He's just going to play his offense and his defense. When you get the backfield and get this stop, an excellent play Our linebacker.
Got to stop him.
Got to bring him down.
Yeah.
Excellent play. Was that?
They had a hand on him.
Was
I
that
think
Ryan High?
I think the first one was, and then he got away. Might have been Jaden Smith, actually. 4th down. We'll see on the replay here. Yeah, it's Jason Hare.
Jason Hare, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely going to go for this. It's too short. So I would not be surprised. I don't see them passing here. I would not be surprised to see them either blitz Ryan High or Toby Gray here, straight up the middle.
Yeah. Send the house.
Send the house. It's like he's just going to play it. No, he sent him.
Yeah.
He sent him. I thought he
They're
would.
Done.
Nice.
And that was Jason again.
Was it Jason Hare who went
right
through?
through the middle. Yep. And look at him limp off. That's a football run right there after a 4th down stop.
It is.
He's got such great timing. He hits the gap.
Wraps him up too. He doesn't try to arm tackle him. He plays through the ball carrier.
And he had DeMario there. He had Lance there, and he had who was that? It looked like to me Jaden was in there as well.
Smith again?
Yep.
Wow, he's really coming on. You know, he didn't get a chance for a lot of playing time until late until about the second half of the season. He's really impressed.
And the other thing to talk about there is it was Rayson on that line that took the attention, and Jason able to go right by it.
Right. Yeah, that's that defensive lineman doing his job.
Exactly.
Turn that guy out.
A lot of times it goes uncredited, but those defensive tackles at any level are so important.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got 2nd down and what? No gain.
About
2nd and 9.
Q-Trap got a little bit. We got about a yard out of that.
It gives to Dietrich off
There
the
he
right
goes.
side. Dietrich Beavers up the middle. Touchdown, Shawnee Wolves! Dietrich Beavers goes 19 yards for another touchdown.
I wish we had a helmet cam on him. The way he, like we said, actually probably see it pretty well here. The way he hits the hole so well. There wasn't much there, and he hit it. And then he's able to just put on these jets that gets him to his top end speed quickly and score that touchdown. His ability to see and hit that hole. You watch this replay. We were getting ready to play it again. We'll do it after the extra point. But the way he hit that hole, there just wasn't a whole lot of room there, but he hit the crease just at the right time.
Yeah, and his size in that aspect is actually a gift.
Yes.
For him, because you
don't see
a couple
him.
of games ago you made that point that it's hard to see him, from the linebacker position or the safety position until he's on you.
You lose him once he gets the ball,
Yeah.
and then you recover. Then he's getting back once he's through the line. And by then, he's hitting his top end speed. Can we get a replay again on that show?
We'll go to a break.
We're going to a break.
Wolves 42, visitors from Southeast nothing. Our 7.
At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you.
All right, let's watch this kickoff, Monty, but then I want you to talk a little bit about that run that we saw from Dietrich for the touchdown. You had some good points there as Rhett Neese set to kick it off again for the Wolves. And Rhett with a busy night tonight.
Kicking
6
into the
extra
win this
points.
time.
Yeah, 6 extra points kicked.
5. 5. He's made 5.
I didn't say that. I didn't point that out. How many? How many has he kicked?
He kicked 6.
Rhett Neese has kicked 6 extra points
I'm
tonight.
going to take that back.
As well as 7 kickoffs. That's a busy night for a kicker.
Yes, it is. I was speaking.
Let's go to that. Let's go to that replay of Dietrich Beavers' run here, and you walk us through it.
So what's interesting about Dietrich every single time is he knows where the hole's going to be, but his ability to find the crease. And I wish I had one of those telestrators here where we could go back. And, you know, I think that play, oftentimes the gap that you're going to, whether it be the A or the B gap, really becomes a read by the running back, depending on how the kick-out block worked.
Sure.
And he had just the tiniest of creases. And you pointed out, he's hard to see.
He is.
And so when he hits that tiny crease and comes through there, his top-end speed then kicks in. He's got all the tools to be a great running back. Yeah, he really does.
He's fun to watch.
He's really fun to watch.
You know, it's the only problem with the next level is the eye test on him. But if you see him on film and you see him live, just his grit and his
that might be a pick six.
Another one. Kiefer Landis, touchdown, Shawnee Wolves. Kiefer Landis with a 35-yard return for a touchdown.
I was thinking we might see a dance in the end zone. It's a good thing he handed that ball back.
Here it comes at us.
What a heads-up play. Took it to the house.
And Kiefer himself having a very good game today.
Yes,
again,
he is.
He's one of those guys that stands out because of his effort, and he just gets those plays done, man.
Right, and he's got a nose for the football. I've noticed that since he started playing. He's just got this natural ability to know where it's at. And you can't coach that. You can't coach that instinct.
A lot of energy coming from the Shawnee sideline right now. Kiefer Landis gets to pick six. As we've seen 3 of those now this year. We had, you know, that's odd.
You had several of those down at Ardmore, didn't you?
Yeah, there were 2. Yeah, there were 2 of them. In fact, our last 2 touchdowns on the last 2 Ardmore drives to seal it were pick sixes.
Yep.
It's good to see Kiefer have success there.
He showed his speed on that play too. He's a fast young man. We were working indoors during a rainstorm last year over at the PFC, and they've had some hurdles set up, letting the guys practice on hurdles, and Kiefer had never hurdled before. Hurdled once and said, that looked good. And, of course, the hurdle coach looked at him and went, yeah, that's like top notch. How did you just do that? You've never hurdled? No, I've never hurdled before. He's just an athlete.
Yeah, that's wonderful to see.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, you know, when you can be around the kids and appreciate them for all the different attributes that they have, but they are really just good kids, and Kiefer is like that.
Oh, his personality is just off the
Yeah,
charts.
it's kind of like, hey, how was that? Was that okay?
Was that okay? I'm not a hurdler, but how'd I do?
Exactly, and now he's transforming into a leader on this team as well, and it's not necessarily just that he's vocal, it's a leader by example with the plays that he makes on the field.
That's right.
As now Rhett Neese again busy for a kicker with
kicked his 7th extra point.
Kicked his 7th extra point on the evening and is about with his 8th kickoff.
My partner is incredibly charitable to both players and fellow announcers.
Well, you were having empathy for the opposing team just a moment ago. I noticed that. We want to always continue that kindness. That's for sure. But especially when it's focused on our team
and our poor kicker. Red he's a very good kicker though, and we've got him coming back too.
That's right.
I mean, I'm just like consistently amazed at how young this team is.
And again, it's the learning process. I guess we were offsides on that kick.
Yeah. I think we went a little bit early.
So the Wolves fans having a great night. We had a visit by the stadium dog. That's been taken care of by the athletics department very nicely.
Yeah. Dax Leone now is the proud owner of a new dog.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He'll be taking a pup home tonight.
But he did take charge, and they had good relations right off the bat. The dog came right to him. So.
Well, you know, they say in every good athletic director's bag is a leash to be able to get a dog off the field. You know, you never can tell what might happen.
I understand that. Yes.
Yeah, you've got to be prepared for anything.
So Rhett's kick goes dead at the 30-yard line, and the defense trots back out. And there's some changes out there as I see Kevin Tyner checking in for Beavers. Lance is still out there. Ejon over on the other side. Kiefer Landis still in. We still see Jaden Smith-Leonard, Ryan High.
I think most of our front seven's
Jason
the
Hare.
same.
Yeah. Joyner is still in there. Rayson's in there.
Tyner, I think, is he's got a very high end to him.
Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. I watched him play a little bit as a freshman and as a eighth grader and a seventh grader.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly athletic, and has a high football IQ too. He's just he and Zyron both played a lot together on those teams. And
Waldrip out there as well. Noah and
do you know
I think is that big number 72 that I see? No, 73.
73. That's Logan Skelton.
That's Logan back out there.
Yeah,
we saw a lot of him early in the year, but we haven't seen as much of him.
We haven't
coming out, so it's good to see him in there.
Another young man is gonna be a good wrestler.
Second down and 9 now for the Spartans. And they're going to lose 5 on the delay of game, Monty.
Is it a delay of game? That'll frustrate you as a coach. Coming out on the field.
They've been coming close all night long.
Well, and they've got their third quarterback. Don't tell them how many other people they played a quarterback. They've got their second quarterback of the night, a kid who plays mostly receiver out there playing quarterback. So he's got to get himself set up straight, and
it's going to be a pickup of 5 to get him back about. Actually, only a pickup of 1. I had my lines mixed up. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. Another good play by Joyner. Skelton in on that as well. You'd like to see that from the freshman. Third down and 12. Can the defense get themselves off the field again? Let's see. And, yep. That was Jaden.
Did you notice how on that play we didn't have a safety back?
We had no safety.
There was no safety at all, and all of our guys were in press coverage on the guy. They weren't really necessarily impressed, but they were only about 5 yards off the line. When you get to the point where you are not even going to expect a pass play,
the other team's in trouble.
The other team's in trouble unless they're running something like the flex bone like we saw last week, where that's their goal. They want to run it every play.
Hey, Chill, let's see if we can get some of that drum line in the next shot. If we can, after Kiefer gets this ball at the 15, he retrieves it, and he's going to head it.
Nope, we're going to get block in the back. Actually, that might be a blindside block.
Yep. It didn't look as bad as it turned out, actually, but can you call for that shot, Chill? Let's see if we can get the drummers. I love the drum line, man. It just makes it happen. People always enjoy it. Maybe we'll be able to bring it at home. I don't think so. They might be able to hear it.
Good to see that young man getting up over there on the far side of the field.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of those blocks. It's hard not to lay that block.
Well, and it's hard to pull up on it.
Exactly. I'm glad to see him get up too, for sure. It didn't look that bad when it went down, but you never know the contortion of the body and what you might tweak. So.
And you understand why they have it in the game.
Yeah.
But it's a lot like the targeting calls too, which for a lot of them they're not really a kid trying to target, or a young man trying to target. They're just because the game plays. But one of the things it teaches the defender to do, though, and it's protection for him as well, is that there's times you need to think through it before you do it. And
don't use your helmet as a weapon.
Right.
I mean, don't duck your head and make it be the first thing that makes contact with that body.
And if you got a guy who can't protect himself, taking him out like that is just not a good thing.
Yep, it's not.
But it's a bang bang play oftentimes where the kid doing the block just does not realize it.
All right, Zyron in the backfield, the wind in his face, and another flag.
I believe we had a guy jump. I think John may have jumped early on that play. I think John may have just Just
So it moved-
popped a little bit, yeah.
It moves forward, so it's going to be.
Oh, it's offsides on
Yeah,
them.
it's offsides on the
Oh.
defense, and
Nice.
that's going to make it 1st and 5. This time it's Dayshaw up the middle. Days up, keeps going. I thought he was going to the outside. He's going to pick up 12 on the run. As a good first down run by Dayshaw, and he gets another first down rolling for the Wolves.
You know, and if we've got a thunder and lightning on this team, you know, although Dietrich brings both the thunder and the lightning oftentimes, Dace has that size to be the thunderback. You know, the
Very
guy
much.
that's just hard to bring down. Has the top end speed as well, but you just cannot get a hold of him. When he gets healthy, fully healthy, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Very strong, very strong. That's Q Trap up the middle, and Q keeps pushing, and he's going to pick up 6 on the carry.
You know, Quentin's become quite a ball player this year.
I agree.
He's really kind of grown into himself. It's a pleasure to watch him run the ball the way he's raised. He's always been a decent blocker, but he's really kind of grown into himself this year.
Like to see that growth at any level for any of the kids, as Q Trap definitely fits that. And dropping out, I'm not sure why, but Hodges had to step out.
Gillum come back in. The starter comes back in. Kendall.
Yep. And that's going to make a 2nd down and 4.
We might see a
for the
timeout
Wolves.
here. We've only got about 4 steps. They
got it all.
playoff.
That's going to be Dace up the middle, and he's going
Nice,
to push
strong
forward
run. Nice,
and going to get a
strong run.
first down on another good run
Put
by
his
Dace Shaw.
Head down, kept his legs going. Nice run.
It is. It's nice to see, like you said, Dace, he's becoming fully healthy. I don't know that he has been fully healthy at all through the season.
Right.
And unfortunately, it was the first play of the first game in which it happened, in which he was gone. We have another player down from the southeast side, so we're going to take a break. You're watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV, where together we're building community one season at a time.
Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen. In before 9, out after 4. Dwight and Darcy, thank you for your patronage to Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen.
Hey guys, this is Sean with Play It Again Sports. We need your help this month to get restocked on a few items, mainly gloves, golf clubs, weights, and benches. And don't forget, we will pay you cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports. We buy and sell new and used sports equipment.
And we are back from the timeout. Young man was able to get off and go off the field on his own accord. Good to see him healthy.
Slowly but surely making it off. As
We got a 1st and 10 too.
we see the offense back on the field.
We got a 1st and 10 coming up. Drew off sides, and that'll give us another 5 yards. Daniel, I think we're going to see a big shift over. If we score a touchdown here, I think the coach will probably give us opportunity for some backups to play. I would assume. We're still in the 3rd quarter.
Yes. And, you know, I mean, I do appreciate that as a move out of courtesy for the other team, but I think our team needs the reps.
Right. They need the repetitions.
Yeah, we really do.
That was a nice play by Dace.
20-yard run by Dace Shaw from the line of scrimmage. And you see him here. This is where you can actually get a taste for his speed, but also his size coming around the corner.
And he's always been a loping runner. He's one of those guys that looks like he's not even really touching the ground. He's just got that almost deceptive speed about him.
Yeah.
But he also cut really well on that play, which was good to see.
Yeah, it was a lower body that he was dealing with, lower body injury. And here they're really using him as a workhorse. From
Nice
the 34,
cut again. Nice cut.
Dace making a miss down to about the 7-yard line, which is going to be a pickup of 25. Another 25 on the run.
I always forget how tall he is, too.
Yeah, he's a big
He's
boy.
a big kid. And is that going to come back again?
Yep, blocking the back, it looks like, is the call. Unfortunate. So that's going to erase a nice run by Dace Shaw. But it'll give him another opportunity, actually.
And that's marked off from the spot of the foul, too. So it's it's not as damaging. We're basically back to a 1st and 10. It's just a do-overs is really what it is. But we could also be at the 5-yard line.
All right. Zyron Campbell. On the far side, it looks like Kiefer Landis and Ejon Thomas. On the close side is Toby Gray. In the backfield is Jace. And they're going to go to the far side. That's going to Kiefer. And that's really the first badly thrown ball that I've seen tonight.
Yeah, I think that one slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, I think
this
so
again.
Too.
Yeah, he kind of overthrew it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he had the receiver open, at the flag, but just unable to get it out to him. Clock stops for our 2nd down play.
We haven't had very many of those stoppages tonight from an incompletion.
No, we haven't.
Just a few.
Been well done. Shaw up the middle. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Actually going to lose a yard maybe, as he had no chance there right up the middle.
I was just getting ready to compliment, of course, the last play aside, about how well our offensive line has played, which is, I guess, what is really the strength of their defense, their defensive line. I think since that first series, we've played very well. I don't know how many yards rushing we have tonight, but it's got to be a high. It's got to be a high number.
Villa in there at center, which has moved Brody Oliver, who has been consistently starting at center, over to right guard, you see there.
Zyron back to pass again.
And Zyron over the middle. And Dace pulls it down, and that was a good catch by Dace, actually, as he's getting hit while he caught it.
Yeah, that was quite the play. He got wrapped in the back, though, I think, a little bit on that one.
And
exposed himself.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those throws that you just can't put that much air under.
Right.
It gives too much reaction time. But Zyron will learn that.
Right. Yeah, that's when you want to have a little bit of air so you can get it up over the line, and you don't want to just nail him with it at full speed. But you're right, you can't throw it to the clouds either. Where you risk an interception on a play like that too, if you've got some reactive defensive backs.
4th down and 5. Let's see what the call is. They're going to put it on Zyron's arm, and he goes down the middle. Ejon Thomas. And another good delivery by Zyron Campbell. And what I like to see there as well is he had composure in the pocket.
Yeah, he did. He was getting pressure. That's one of those that is
good
just
quarterback play.
Right, just right on target.
And that's what you want to see, especially from your young quarterback, is you want him to be able to deliver balls like that in the crunch. And this is not the most pressure-filled time, but good throw by Zyron Campbell.
And but pressure is still pressure.
Yeah.
Whether it's whatever time of the game it's in, pressure is still pressure. Though you're in that moment, you're still just in that moment. And so I've seen him perform well tonight. He hasn't had severe pressure, but he's had people in his face all night.
But it's I would say sufficient.
It's
pressure.
Sufficient.
And as a young quarterback, I don't think, like I said earlier, I am very thankful that he's getting this opportunity to be able to just be in at quarterback and not be in the 2-quarterback system.
Right. That's the fear that he's going to be pulled out.
And he's performing well. He's performing well.
He's really stepped up well tonight.
I agree. 49 points. 49 points on the score. We've had some fumbles. I don't think he's thrown an interception.
No.
So.
No.
That's good to see. We're going into the 4th quarter with the Wolves leading 49-7. You are watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV, where together we're building community one season at a time.
We always ask for Action Physical Therapy, and we always recommend it to our friends. When we're in the orthopedic doctor's office, they always give us the option. Well, you need physical therapy. Do you have a choice of where you want to go? And we always ask for Action because we know Katie and Andy Landis, and we trust the service and the care that we're going to get there.
I ask for Action.
Family owned, The Branding Iron, a variety of great foods that everyone in your family is sure to enjoy. Order online or dine in. Make tonight every night at The Branding Iron. Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth, on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy.
And we are back to play, beginning of the fourth quarter. Got a second down and 10. Again, another play behind the line of scrimmage, another tackle for loss.
To start things off here in the fourth quarter, it's nice to have the defense continue this kind of play.
Yes. Yeah, and we've got some guys in right now substituting. We don't have all of our starters in. Quite a few of them are, but we still have some guys in substituting right now.
Yeah, so we see Kevin Tyner, Dietrich coming out. Also, Lance Williams still in there.
Actually, that is most of them.
Yeah.
He's got most of his starters in there.
I think so. I think that we're just – the one that's been rotating in with the starters has been Kevin.
Yep.
And, again, I don't mind that. You know, courtesy a lot of times when you're so far in front, that might be a penalty. Nope. Very good. It could have been. Toby doesn't want to throw him down like that after the play. We don't want to see those kind of penalties.
I thought it would be a grounding penalty, too. I think the referee had a little bit of grace on both sides, maybe, in that situation.
Yeah, I think that you're right. That'll make fourth down and about 14 to go for a first. And Kiefer Landis is going to go back deep for the Wolves.
I was going to say if he'd exercised that fair catch arm before he got back there. Make sure he could stretch it out, get it up there.
I haven't seen him call one for himself yet.
No, just for other people.
Yeah, when he sees the damage coming for other people.
He's thinking about it, isn't he?
Caught by Kevin Tyner.
Oh, Tyner got it.
At the 50-yard line, and he's taking it up the field for a 13-yard return. Nice job by Kevin Tyner.
Yeah. He's a shifty guy, strong back, too. I was going to say something that last series ended before I could get to this about Zyron Campbell.
Uh-huh.
You know, one of the things I got to watch him when he was younger do was a lot of scrambling. And one time I watched him get a 70-yard touchdown, and he ran at least 40 yards back and forth before he actually went up the field. I'm going to be interesting to see how they're going to bring him into being able to pass on the move. He is going to be so dangerous as a scrambling quarterback, a guy out of the pocket. I think that's where the real danger is going to come with him. As good of an arm as he's developing, that's a really huge unseen upside so far.
Dietrich Beavers from the 39. He's making many miss, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 32,
roughly,
which is going to be about a 6-yard gain.
But, you know, we really haven't seen him leave the pocket tonight. He stayed back there. He stayed comfortable in the pocket, which I'm sure that's what the coach wants him to do. Let's keep you clean back in the pocket. Just make good reads and pass the ball. But he's got all the skill to be a running quarterback.
So we see checking in Josh Brown, the junior wide receiver. Also in there, Tyree Fleeks, the sophomore wide receiver.
Fleeks played with them as well. And
we're going to have a timeout by the Wolves, and we'll take it as the Wolves up 49-7. You're watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV. It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic.
Bank First in Oklahoma offers a variety of personal and business banking services, including accounts, loans, treasury services, and more. Explore online.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
He would be fun in the base. As we are back at OBU Stadium, the Wolves with second down and 4, a short 4, as Beavers picks up 6 on first down. In the backfield, Zyron Campbell and I think that's Q Trap alongside Dietrich Beavers. As
a little bit of delay in starting this. The play clock's already running. I guess it's not the officials, though. It's us.
Just letting the time go a little bit.
Yeah.
Might as well run that clock.
Letting it run down a little bit.
And again, a good teaching moment as they give to Q Trap up the middle. Q makes people miss all the way down to the 7-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 25 yards by Q Trap on the ground.
Good run by Quentin. You know, I'd love to have seen him get the payoff on that too. Get in the end zone.
I would too.
He puts his body on the line constantly out there blocking. Those big fullbacks, they live for that. Those fullbacks and H-backs do.
As it's first and goal at the 8-yard line. So 24 on the carry by Q Trap. As the Wolves playing it smart, letting the clock go as much as they can. And it's back to Quentin. And he's going to go down at the 3. They'll mark it at the 4-yard line.
He picked up quite a few yards on that, didn't he?
Yeah, a pickup of 4 on first down. And again, the clock continues to roll.
You know, I'll make another observation about Zyron again tonight is it's not just been his composure as the play is going, it's been his composure between plays too. His ability to get the play, get it in, he sets the team. He's shown the ability not to play erratically, playing within himself. The game, I think, is actually slowing down for him a little bit too, where he's able to be within the game without being erratic within the game, and that's a big, huge step.
Q Trap up the middle, touchdown, Shawnee Wolves. Q Trap on the 4-yard run.
Yep, little dive, little off of actually the B gap, but he paid off for him. Big fullback got in. I think he may have taken some. He may have watched those fullbacks last week and out of that flex bone and said, "I want the ball more." See, fullbacks deserve to get the ball.
Great senior touchdown on senior night for Q Trap. He's been a hard worker all year long.
Yep.
It's good to see the success for Quentin.
Yep.
Rhett Neese kicks it up, and it is good.
Be a fun memory for him.
The Wolves lead the visitors from Southeast 56-7, and you are watching Wolves football on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience. At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. L's Jewelry, according to the experts, has everything that you would find in Oklahoma City. Stay home and shop with Shawnee's friendly jeweler. L's Jewelry on Kickapoo. LS Roofing and Construction. From the foundation up, your one-stop shop for your construction and roofing needs. Let Sean and Josh help you.
Kickoff taken at the 10-yard line, and Jason Hare and Kevin Tyner with a big hit.
They wrapped him up on that one, took him down. We've had really decent kick coverage, I think, tonight, too. And that's the other thing you fear in a game like this where you've got athletes, on the other side. It doesn't take much to get a kickoff going. We've seen it a couple of times tonight. Get cheap touchdowns. It's a good way to do it. And we've played very complimentary ball tonight with our kick coverage team. Has been able to get down there. Well, not just kick coverage, kick return. Our punt team our punt return team has been very good tonight. And it's not just making the punt returns. Oftentimes it's fielding the ball and making sure you don't let it bounce another 10 or 15 yards. But let's see how this we have a few guys in. Number 12's new.
Number 12 is Fabian Molina, a senior.
I'll see who all we've got while you call.
And that's going to be up the middle. Jason Hare with another tackle for the senior. Big number 73, Skelton is still in there. Toby Gray still in there.
We have Lance Williams is playing a safety position now.
And
so
I see Rayson Campbell still on the line, and also Waldrop still in there. Again, it looks like sparse reserves.
Yeah,
basically.
really, it's just Tyner and Jaden Hunt.
The two corners.
Yeah, the two corners. Number 13, Jaden Hunt, I think is who that is. I did notice though they've got Williams playing free safety, getting him into another position.
He plays everywhere. And they're on cue with the tackle, and I believe that's Ryan High right next to him. Ryan with another tackle.
And I think we're not playing a 3-4. I think that Toby Gray may be moving up into the end spot too. Toby's playing the end now.
Toby's had a good game. There's a lot of players that have had good games. We'll be talking about that pretty soon. Start having that ramble in your head a little bit, Monty. There's going to be a lot of names we're going to have to talk about.
And Jaden Smith, he's playing a linebacker now. You've got Toby Gray. Oh, they've got another player down, unfortunately.
Yeah. And another timeout for the player.
You know who we haven't seen a lot of in the second half is DeMario Joyner after he got injured in that first half. But I can't remember who's coming for him though. Who is it that's played on that other side? Well, that's I guess when they made the part of the shift. Maybe that's when Toby moved up and Jaden started seeing a little more playing time too.
Yeah, and DeMario, it's good to see
moving around.
Yeah, still in uniform, moving around on the sideline, but he is a little bit gimpy as well. So. Don't like to see that, but you're right. A lot of players going down on both sides, really, but especially on the Spartan side this evening. Unfortunate.
So can you imagine, just to talk a little bit about next year, seeing these young men get a full year in the weight room, a good year of off-season training, fall, spring camp, good fall camp.
Well, and just the natural growth of freshman to sophomore and sophomore to junior.
Well, and really junior to senior, too. You see that same kind of growth.
Toby Gray missed it in the backfield, and that's where it hurts right there, is he allowed him to get around him that time, and that a good run by Southeast.
Number 6 has got some wheels on him. Tie ball.
Who do you have?
Tie ball.
Yeah, we
Number
won't
6.
even look at mine.
I tried pulling up on Max Preps earlier today, and because it was very sparse.
Yeah, and that's why I'm questioning, because I do get the stats mostly when I get them from online, and when you see less than 100 yards offense for any team, you have to kind of question.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how much that's accurate. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's one thing that has to be upkept by a staff, and some staffs do, some staffs don't.
It's a self-reporting thing.
Exactly.
Their big number 44 carrying that ball. He's a big young man. Plays linebacker for them too. I think he's been on a lot of that stuffing us at the line too. That number 44.
Yeah, solid.
He's a solid player.
But he runs into Big Skelton, and he goes nowhere after that hit. Logan Skelton. And again, he's a big old boy, just a freshman.
Yeah. Logan, again, another wrestler, and a young man who understands leverage.
Well, just think he and Chuffy Weldon, those big guys at the freshman, as freshmen. Chuffy, of course, out for the season with the lower body injury, and both of them, I believe, are wrestlers. I believe Chuffy wrestles as well.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a late flag on.
Yeah, I think that was on Ryan High.
It was, but that's kind of, when we watch this again, the football is loose.
Right. And it wasn't a vicious hit either. He kind of came over the top of him. It wasn't as if he piled into him.
Honestly, it's the same kind that got thrown on Jason, and it was Jason. It wasn't Ryan who made that hit, but it was the same kind on that kickoff play where the guy, he's running, going to tackle a guy, and then he just goes to his knee, and boom, you hit him.
Well, you see guys fall on guys all the time in ball.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's a part of the game. Yeah, I think that was a bit of a...
Yeah, it was a miss.
It's hard for those guys to have everything right.
Exactly. The cut up the middle, and it's going to be enough for a first down.
Nice run by the
as well, another flag by the same official. As we see with 5:30 to play here in the fourth. They're maybe calling a hold. It's going to be a hold. Maybe a makeup call, honestly.
It's a personal foul on us.
Well, if we watch the replay, we're getting held right in front of where the flag is thrown. The uniform is coming off of one of our guys right there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure how that's a personal foul on us. That seems to be I'm not so sure about that one.
What did he see?
You see guys playing hard ball, you know. I didn't see anything, honestly.
When do you see a personal foul thrown in the middle of the line?
Well, and it really threw it towards that pile.
Yeah.
You know, you got a rugby scrum going on out there. There's a lot of guys throwing hard in that. I mean, that's just guys being ball players. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of hard to come up with something in that. Number 25 is new on defense. Q's playing on defense now.
Good for him. More and more for the senior as the clock now continues to roll. And so let's talk about this. We've got on the defensive side of the ball, there's many who have played very well, and we're going to look for a player of the game for the Shawnee Wolves. So there's going to be a few that we're going to need to talk about. Let's start with Ryan High, the defensive leader in tackles. He's had another solid game.
Right. High's had a very solid game. I would put Jason Hare right up with him there tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's played through an early setback with injury, and both of them, along with Toby Gray, they were what switched this. That and their defensive linemen truly controlling that line of scrimmage.
So on the defensive line, you mentioned Toby Gray. I don't know that any player on the defensive side has had a better game than Toby Gray, but the one that goes unnoticed would be Rayson Campbell.
And I think that in some ways, though, I think Jason Harris had just as good of a game. Maybe not from a statistic standpoint, but from a he would score just as high in this game if you were grading him, I think, as Toby Gray would.
And maybe Campbell would?
Yeah, maybe I'm leaning towards the senior a little bit tonight, but I think all three of those guys have played extremely well.
Okay, so let's go to the other side of the ball as we see 3rd down and 11 as Southeast brings it to the outside. And
nice play.
Again, Toby Gray cutting it up. It's going to be 4th down and 6. So on the offensive side of the ball, we've seen a lot of good plays again by Dietrich Beavers, of course.
Dietrich has had a very good night. I wish I'd have kept stats tonight. I think he's got well over 100 yards. He has to.
Yep.
He's had a great night. A lot of really top-level runs. But, Zyron Campbell has played lights out. And honestly, he probably should have 2 more touchdowns based upon some of the drops. High completion percentage, good presence in the pocket. He ran the team well. He got his first chance to start his first high school ball game with knowing he wasn't going to have to.
Without a 2-quarterback system.
Without knowing he was going to get replaced. It was his team tonight, and he stepped up.
So the turnover on downs brings the ball back to the Shawnee offense. But what about Toby Gray and his position now as a wide receiver, two-way player with a nice
2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think
Toby Gray.
I think the 2 receiving touchdowns are on the high end too for me. You can't overlook that. He not only were those great throws by Campbell, but Gray put himself in a position to make those plays.
Yep.
It's a toughie tonight.
And he caught the ball.
And as a two-way player, I'm starting to see Gray more as being the player of the game just because of a two-way player tonight. He's been on both sides and really been a key in both sides of the ball, performing well.
About Toby, he's one of those guys that doesn't get highlighted that often, but he really is a leader on this squad. You can see it from the way that the players look up to him and respond when he speaks or when he's in the group.
Right. And, those linebackers play so well together as a team. I remember Ryan High, that John Marshall game, I had him as the player of the game. He had all those tackles. But what makes that group so effective is how well they play together. Those 3 just play, and now you had Jaden Smith. He's doing the same thing with them,
exactly.
as a
sophomore.
But yeah, I think you've sold me on Toby Gray. And when you think about him as a two-way tonight, I think you almost have to.
and some special team plays as well. And it wasn't that I was trying to sell, just in talking through it.
Yeah.
And the player that I think has stuck out in so many different ways in a positive manner without the mistakes. I haven't seen a
Well, he
lot
hasn't
of
made
mistakes.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't had drop balls. He's ran good routes. He's
been sure tackles.
Sure tackles. He's also, like you talked about when he just cut that play up on that fourth down. He was responsible for getting that play back to his guys to make the tackle.
And those are the only negative plays I've seen a couple of times in which he's crashed and they've been able to get around him.
Right.
But he was quick to correct.
But honestly, that was mostly that first
Sure.
series.
Yeah, I think I've only seen it once since then.
Yeah. But his ability to turn plays back in, and those are the things you get graded high for, but they don't become statistics. They just but when you get in the film room, you get a high grade for those.
Yes.
He's probably now that I sit here and think about it on the offensive side, he's got the highest grade of anybody out there, both sides of the ball. Racine would be a close one for me though, just on the fact that a lot of what's allowed Toby to play really well tonight is Racine Campbell.
I would agree.
Yeah. Or Racine. Not Racine Campbell.
Yes, it is.
It was a Racine Campbell.
Number 60. Yep. Right up the middle. Best game of the year that I've witnessed for him.
Oh, yeah.
And so let's throw up the BB Woodworks player of the game. And I think where we have talked ourselves around to is going to be Toby Gray.
Yep.
Junior Toby Gray, defensive end and wideout tonight, as well as special team player. Toby Gray, the BB Woodworks player of the game, and of course BB standing for the longtime Shawnee coach, Billy Brown Woodworks. If you have not seen his handcrafted woodworking, oh man, you should check it out. Billy's one of the nicest guys to be able to talk to. He actually contacted us and said, hey, I want to make sure that there are players highlighted and that I can be a part of the telecast by giving something to the players. And so each of our players of the game are going to receive a very nice gift from Hardesty's Meats and Deli for their entire family. We had contemplated the different gifts to be able to give, but I think that it, just being a blessing for the brothers, the sisters, the moms, and the dads as well. These players deserve it, and I think it kind of plays into Billy's heart, but also the heart that we have seen on this staff and the kids as a group.
Family's important. Yeah.
Exactly. Billy Brown Woodworks player of the game for tonight is Toby Gray. Thanks for talking through that with me, Monty.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun to be able to talk through a conversation about a player of the game for good success.
And have many.
And many that we could talk about.
Yeah. I mean, because if you recall, it's kind of a joke now, but our very first player of the game was our punter. And it was because he punted so well. It wasn't because
he really punted well that night,
It wasn't because of his standout defensive play, which it could be a lot. But
it was his punting.
You
talk about a good punt.
Cue.
Holy moly!
That is a 70.
That's going to die. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
All he had to do was get behind it.
Well, he didn't have to touch it.
Wow.
Let's see that replay. Honestly, he did not have to touch it.
Is that a 70-yard or a 67-yard?
That was a 70-yard punt. I thought it was going to go dead at the 3 before we hit it. So it's a 70-yard punt.
So they'll take Jaden Hunt and teach him you get behind the ball.
You hit it back. You don't grab it. You just don't grab it. And if it's going dead, just let it go.
Just let it go. Don't maul it.
So 3 yards, but that's a 70-yard punt that's gonna net 50.
Are we down?
Not bad.
Is this fourth quarter?
Yeah, 3 seconds to go.
3 seconds
We're
left.
about to leave.
I did want to comment, about BB Woodworks and Billy Brown.
Duke.
Well, you can. He'll not only build you a table, he'll build you a bar dominium to put it in.
That's right.
He
and Tyson,
full service.
It's a family affair. They're general contracting now for barn dominiums, which are beautiful. Billy and family doing a great job. And stay tuned with us, as on a new feed we will be down to talk with Coach Madonna from the field. Thank you to L&S Roofing and Construction and Shawnee Dry Cleaning and Linen or Laundry for that. As a great game by the Wolves, Monty.
Yeah, we did what we needed to do tonight. This was that 2-game series. We won the first one, and we won it impressively, and the guys play well.
And it solidifies nicely I believe, a core team moving forward into next year. Really gives them something to grow up
Yeah,
on.
good win on senior night and homecoming this year. Both.
Congratulations to the Wolves and all the families involved. Thank you to all of our production team. Thank you to Chill on the controls tonight. And thank you to my friend and my partner, Monty Porter.
Daniel, I've enjoyed it. I'll see you next week. Blessings to everybody in Shawnee.
It'll be great. Daniel Shaughnessy, ShawneeCTV, we say to everyone, good night, everybody. Together, we're all building community one season at a time.
At a time. See y'all later.